Yes, guys, welcome back to Neeks Sports. It's a bumper week of football starting today. Italy versus Spain happening. Tomorrow we have England versus Denmark. It's Argentina versus Colombia. All semi-finals of major international tournaments. And then the weekend, the Copa America final, and of course the Euro 2020 final. But it starts today. Italy versus Spain, Roberto Mancini versus. Yes, guys, Italy versus Spain. This is the big tie, the bumper tie. Not the first one that Italy's been involved in this tournament, but one that they're hoping that they can get to once again. They've beaten all that's come in front of them. Every last one of them. Every single. The only team with 100% record. Won all three group games, beat Austria in extra time.
I think that's better. I think that's better. That must be better. Yeah, it wasn't coming through my webcam. It was coming from my computer. Apologies for that. Yes, it is a bumper tie. Italy 100% record, the only team in the competition with a 100% record, winning all three group games. Russia, Turkey. No, it was. I forgot who they played in the group. My bad. Turkey was the opening day of the tournament, 3-0. And the first thing I thought, I said, okay, are Italy that good or are Turkey that bad? And the reason why I say that is because going into this tournament, Turkey was touted as dark horses. And if they were dark horses, you're saying, well, how are you getting thumped 3-0 by Italy? Not saying Italy's not a good team, but if you're dark horses, you need to be putting up a better fight than that. Now, we know, obviously, in the end, Turkey went out in the group stages, bottom of the group, and you had to say, all right, maybe everyone exaggerated Turkey. But I think Italy showed what they were about. Because the next game, they went on and beat Switzerland 3-0. Switzerland, who, in this case, knocked out France, nearly knocked out Spain going to penalties. And at that point, you're saying, 2 3-0 victories in a row, qualify from your group. Yeah, it's a not was an easy group, but it wasn't a group of death. It's a group you expected to get out. But Switzerland are usually a tough team. Turkey expected to be a tough team. Changed their team around and beat Wales 1-0 in the next round. And at that point, everyone said, all right, maybe we've got to take this Italy team seriously. Maybe we have to. They played Austria in the last 16. Everyone expecting to beat Austria. But it was just beat Austria. Big up yourself, Yannicka, Yancy, ENT. They just beat Austria 2-1 after extra time. Could have gone out. And Artevic scored, but it was like half a foot, if that, offside within 90 minutes. But they saw through that pressure, that of being the favourites and having to go through, having set the tournament alight so far, having struggled really in the first 90 minutes, and Mancini made a few substitutions, brought on Locatelli, I think he brought on Chiesa, changed the game and won it. Well, they dominated extra time and won it in the end. Then they played Belgium. Belgium, who had topped their group, 9 points, beat Portugal in the last 16. I, for one, wasn't really convinced by them, but I thought it'll be a tough game for Italy, but I expect Italy to win. And Italy did win. 2-0 up after having a goal disallowed themselves, conceded a very, very soft penalty. But in the end, even though Lukaku missed a host of chances, they deserved to go through. They dominated the game. They were the better side. Now, without a shadow of a doubt, 5 games into the tournament, Italy are the standout team. Italy are the best team in the tournament. And many will say with the best manager in the tournament. But they come up against a Spain side who somewhat against the odds, they are in this position. And I say somewhat against the odds because, of course, coming into the tournament, nobody really gave them much of a chance. I had in my sweepstake the winner of Group E. So I was like, oh, please, just give me, hopefully Spain win Group E because I need something. But in reality, I don't think anyone from Group E's got a chance. Obviously, Group E was Sweden, Spain, Slovakia, and Poland. Sweden topped the group in the end, getting knocked out to Ukraine. But Sweden held Spain to a 0-0 draw. And Spain didn't really offer that much. Poor finishing, lack of penetration, 0-0. Second game, 1-1. Again, against Poland, that is, sorry. Another bang average side with one quality player in Lewandowski, but they really didn't offer anything. They went into the last group game, sitting third in the group and having to beat Slovakia, who had 3 points at that time, having beaten Poland already, and having to win to go through. And boy, did they win. 5-0 spanking of Slovakia. But a last minute goal from Sweden sent Spain through in second and Sweden through in first. And it meant Sweden were on the, what we class as the easier side of the draw, and Spain were on the harder side of the draw. Spain had to go and play Croatia in their last 16 game. And at one point, they looked like they were cruising. 3-1 up. You know, we thought, yeah, all right, this Croatia side is over the hill. They didn't really look good in the group stages. They're not really looking good now. But then they came back. 2 goals, bam, bam. And the frailties at the back for Spain showed up. And you thought, this team got no chance. This team ain't going nowhere very, very quickly. 2 goals in extra time. They won it 5-3, but no one's convinced. No one convinced. And then they go into their quarterfinal game and they will go through on penalties. A poor penalty shootout, if we're going to be very honest, against Switzerland, who themselves had gone to penalties the round before against France. And they scraped through, and you're not convinced. You're not convinced by Spain. And you think, when you compare the two sides, Italy are the clear favourites. But you have to say, can you rule out Spain? Can you confidently say to yourself, Spain are definitely not winning this game? I can't say it. I want to say it. I believe Italy's going to win. But I can't say without a shadow of a doubt that Spain are not going to win this game, or Spain cannot win this game. It's not 50-50. We have to be real honest. We have to be honest. I think Italy are the favourites, and I will go something around a 70-30, 70-30 maybe. I think that's probably fair. Some might say a bit more. But we've got 2 world-class managers here. We have got 2 world-class managers without a shadow of a doubt. 2 world-class managers of 2 teams with great history in football in general, but in this competition and in, or shall I say, in international tournaments alone. Now, when you compare the 2 managers, do you argue who's got a better CV? Who is the more esteemed manager? Of course, Luis Enrique, 51 years old. Mancini, a few years older, 56. And as managers, well, Luis Enrique, 2 La Ligas, 3 Copa del Reys, but he's got the Champions League, 2015, that treble. La Liga, Copa del Rey, Champions League, and then he won the Super Cup and the Club World Cup in the same year. That's 5 trophies in 1 year. So if we're looking purely at achievements, that's massive. You say, well, he's got a Champions League. Can Mancini match that? And of course, Mancini can't match that because he doesn't have a Champions League. But he's got the experience. He's got, you would say, a bit more longevity in the game as a manager. 3 Serie A titles with Inter Milan, a Premier League title in the most dramatical fashions with Man City, and a few cup competitions. Copa del Rey with, not Copa del Rey, sorry, Coppa Italia with Fiorentina, 1 with Lazio, 2 with Inter Milan, and an FA Cup with Manchester City, and a Turkish Cup with Galatasaray. So he's been around. He's been around. He's plied his trade. He's done his bit. Which is the better manager? I mean, I'll leave that to you to decide. But what both of these managers, up to this point, with both these squads, what both of these managers have done is very, very impressive. We're going to get to the teams in a bit. I see you lot's comments, but what they've done is very impressive. Spain won Euro 2008, World Cup 2010, and Euro 2012. 2014 World Cup, they got knocked out of group stages. 2016 Euros, they got knocked out to Italy in the 2016, I think it was. In the last 16. 2-0 to Italy, yeah, correct. 2018, last 16 the World Cup, they got knocked down penalties to Russia. So it's not like Luis Enrique's taken over a Spain team that was flying in the peak of their powers. No, he's taken over a Spain team in 2019 that had to be rebuilt, had to be revived. And when you take into account that he had to take time away from the national team because of personal reasons, we know he had a bereavement in his family. You think, how is he going to do this? Is he going to be able to return as strong as he was before? And to get Spain at this stage to a semi-final in the Euros, no matter how you get there, to get them to that semi-finals is an achievement. In a team, with a team, should I say, that player for player ain't that great. And we have to be honest, it ain't that great. We're gonna go through the teams and we can pick out who we think We're gonna go through the teams and we can pick out who we think are the stars, who are the key players, etc., etc. But man for man, and you might even say for Italy at some point, man for man. But they've got players who are on the wane, and then they've got young players who haven't yet proven it. And then they've got players who you expect to be in their prime who aren't really delivering at the level you'd want them to deliver. Italy, on the other hand, Italy got to the final of Euro 2012. Obviously, they lost to Spain. And these two teams have a history against each other in this tournament, which we'll go into as well. But Italy, 2016, got to the 2012 got to the final of the Euros, lost to Spain, of course. 2016, they beat Italy in the Euros 2-0. 2018, they didn't qualify for the World Cup. They didn't qualify for the World Cup. Now, that is what Mancini's had to take over. That's what he's had to deal with. Mancini joined 2018, just after Italy failed to qualify for the World Cup. If I'm correct, let me just double check that before. Yeah, correct. Didn't qualify for the World Cup. Baggio was in charge as the caretaker, and that's the first tournament since 1958 that they didn't qualify. So Italian football at that point was in a bad place, and he's come in, and Italy are on a 31 match unbeaten streak. 31 match unbeaten streak right up to this point in the semi-finals. And you have to ask, well, who can beat them? Both of these teams are in the Nations League finals, which are going to be played later this year. Italy, Spain, Belgium, and France, I believe it is. So they've come a long, long way in 2-3 years. And I guess for both of these teams, the fact that Euros wasn't last year is actually a benefit. So they're 1 year further along in their development. Where you might look at other teams like a Belgium, like Croatia, where it's 1 year too late and they're actually a bit over the hill. So that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with two teams under two managers that are having to be rebuilt, but have great history. We know Italy with their 4 World Cups, Spain with one. In terms of the Euros, Spain dominate that. They got 3, which is the most, joint with Germany And Italy won 2 runners-up medals as well. 1968, their only title, and of course Spain won it in 1964, 2008, and 2012. So these teams have history, they have pedigree, and they have rivalry. 2008, Spain beat Italy 4-2 on penalties on their way to winning it. 2012, of course, they beat them in the final 4-0. And 2016, Italy beat them in the last 16 before they were knocked out by Germany in the previous tournament. So who is going to come out on top in this semi-final Euro 2020? And here are the teams. Not many changes, but enforced change. With Spinazzola, we know he's out with a cruciate, I think it's a cruciate ligament damage. So he's going to be out for a few months, a very unlucky injury he picked up in the last round. Emerson of Chelsea comes in, Brazilian Emerson, might add. He comes in. So the starting lineup is Donnarumma, Di Lorenzo, Bonucci, Chiellini, and Emerson. At the back, a midfield three, Barella, Jorginho, Verratti, and a front three of Chiesa, Immobile, and Insigne. And obviously there was a lot of calls for Chiesa to start in the last few games, and today he is. And Spain have matched them in a 4-3-3 formation, it might look like. Unai Simon in goal, Azpilicueta, Eric Garcia comes in for Pau Torres, Aymeric Laporte, and Jordi Alba, Koke, Busquets, and Pedri, who I have to say has had an absolutely sensational tournament. For a boy that young, 18 years old. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. He's got a massive shout for young player of the tournament. We know generally the player and the young player of these tournaments tend to go to the finalists of the overall tournament, the winners and the runners up, one or both. But just looking at the teams and the teams that are in the semi-finals, has there been a better young player than Pedri at this point? And you'd have to say no. You'd have to say, I don't know what the criteria is to say what considers young. Is it under 21? Is it under 23? But we look at what England, what Declan Rice, Mason Mount, Saka. No, you can't. Pedri for me is the young player of the tournament. And I think whatever happens between now and unless Saka has a man of the match performance tomorrow and a man of the match performance on Sunday in the final, then for me, Pedri has to get the young player of the tournament. He's been brilliant. And then changes up front. Ferran Torres starts. Dani Olmo comes in, and Oyarzabal comes in for Spain as well, which means Morata drops to the bench, which is not all too surprising. Let's be honest. Morata has been, I was going to say hit and miss this tournament, but it's probably miss and hit. He's missed more than he's hit. He's been poor. His link play, as we know, is always good. His link play is always good. But as a striker, you want your striker to score goals, no? You want your striker to score goals. And I think he's got 2 goals this tournament. He should have about 5. He should be leading the race for the Golden Boot at this point. He really should. So I'm not surprised he's been dropped. On top of that, you look at the way that Bonucci and Chiellini, those 2 stalwarts at the back, the way they dealt with Lukaku in the last game, I'm not surprised they dropped Morata. Morata would have got bullied out there today. Yeah, he's got a good touch. He can link the play. But when that ball comes into him and he's trying to hold it up to pass, them 2 men are coming right through the back of him. And Morata is nowhere near as strong as someone like a Lukaku. So I think playing Oyarzabal in what you're going to think is probably more like a false 9 position. With him, he's going to drop in, which means that the 2 centre-backs, as experienced as they are, ain't going to have nobody specific to mark. So you get Oyarzabal more around the area that Jorginho is going to be in, and you have Dani Olmo and you have Ferran Torres running in behind. Now, what's the most interesting thing for me in this game And they always say it. They always say it. They say games are won and lost in midfield, and it's not always true. Sometimes games are won and lost in the attacking third. You can a lot of times you can bypass a midfield with direct play and go through your forwards. Now, as good as Jorginho, Verratti, and Barella, or Locatelli have been in this tournament, Spain's whole philosophy of play is through their midfield. So who is going to win this midfield battle? Who is going to cede possession to one or the other? And when they do cede possession, who's going to be able to defend? Because if your game is built on dictating the play through your midfield and you don't have possession, what do you do then? Because I don't think Spain's defense is very strong, but I think their defensive record is pretty decent because they keep possession so much. Italy's not going to allow them to have 70% possession. They're not going to let them do that. Italy have the ability to do everything. They can go long. They can, once they go long, they can be direct. They can control the game and they can defend like animals. They can do it all. But they want to do it all at different stages of the game. And I think at some point, Spain's going to have to cede possession to Italy. And it's at that point that I think they become vulnerable. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a very, very interesting matchup. It reminds me somewhat, not exactly the same, but when you look at, Manchester City versus Chelsea, a team like Man City who like to dominate possession. And then Chelsea under Tuchel in those 3 games, the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Champions League. He's like, all right, maybe you're going to have a bit more possession than us, but we're not going to sit there. We're not going to camp at the edge of our box and try to hit you on the counter attack. No, at times we are going to have the ball. So you might see I would say maybe 55 to 45% possession to Spain. I can't see much more than that. Anything above 60 would actually surprise me because this Italy side do like to get the ball down and do like to play. Of course, if they get a goal or two early, then they may sit back and say, well, come on to us. You come on to us and we'll hit you on the counter attack. Get your predictions in the chat. For me, I respect Spain. I respect Luis Enrique and what he's done with his team. But I did say early on, maybe Italy had peaked. They'd peaked. They come out the blocks too fast. And of course, if they lose today, then I was right. But I can't see them losing today. As a matter of fact, I think they could go for the whole tournament with 100% record. Now, I don't know what that means if you end up drawing and winning on penalties. I don't know. But I think Italy's going to win today. And I think they might win by 2 goals. I'm going to go 3-1. 3-1 Italy. I was going to say 2-0, but something tells me, who's the person outside my house blazing the radio? Something tells me that Spain may get a goal. Spain may get a goal. I don't know if you're not going to hear that radio outside my house. It's blazing it, man. So I'm going to go 3-1. Let me know your predictions in the chat. Flipping now, man. I should go out there and clout him. Absolutely close. Bellend. So let me have can you not hear that? Can you not hear that music? Or is it just me? I don't know if it's picking up through the mic. BBC, matches on BBC. Okay, this is my prediction. Pens and Italy to win. Penalties. I don't really want to see penalties. I'm not going to lie. Sorry about this. Let me just get this light. I don't want to see penalties. Sorry. The midfield 4 of Jorginho, Barella, Verratti, and Koke are going to control the game for Italy. I don't know why Sammy, why don't you rate Koke? Why don't you rate Koke? You really think he's going to be playing for Italy? Oh. If Italy play at 70%, they still beat Italy to lose. I get more excitement from Bowls than Spain. Yeah, Spain are an exciting team. And the thing is, peak Spain weren't an exciting team either. I never enjoyed their football. People used to gush over, oh, it's great, it's beautiful football. No, it's not beautiful football. They just kept possession a lot. I like to be entertained in my games. Get the ball forward. Yeah, it was dominant. You can't take away how great they were as a side from, 2008 through 2012. But I ain't gonna sit here and lie and say, oh yeah, I was entertained, because I wasn't. I really wasn't. And it's not. I'm not gonna say it's their fault. They're there to win. They're there to win. So they're gonna do what they have to do to win. And of course, if the opposition comes out, then they'll pick you apart. But they know the opposition's not gonna come out in it. They know. So yeah, I don't get excited by Spain games. That's my point, Sammy. That midfield is serious. I don't see a spark from Spain during the cup. The match has kicked off, by the way. Shane says, I think Italy will win. However, it will be interesting to see how Italy will use their press, considering Spain, I think, are one of the better teams with regards to being able to break a press. Of course they are. Yeah, of course Spain are. Possession for Spain is the law. And their ability to pass. Verratti goes in for a slide tackle within the first minute. You don't want to get booked early in this game. You're in tenterhooks in terms of not getting sent off in the game itself, and then potentially missing a final. You don't want to miss a final. You really don't. So stay on your feet. But yeah, Spain passing, one touch, finding space. That's their mantra. It runs through the whole country, the whole league. But they struggle to break the press there, as I say it. But they win it back. That's what they do. They win it back quickly. So it will be interesting. It will be interesting. What I'm interested in, as I said, I want to see how the two centre backs, and I guess Jorginho's going to have part of it, deal with the roaming false nine of Oyarzabal, and the three itself, Olmo, Ferran Torres, and Oyarzabal, because they're not going to stay in those positions. None of them are real strikers themselves. They're forwards. They move up and down all around that front line. I can seriously see a result for Spain. Just all scenarios and all outcomes. I see Italy, even pens. Spain pens against Swiss was worse. Terrible penalty shootout that was. Terrible penalty shootout. Okay, I thought it was loud for me. I thought it was loud for you lot. Sammy says Koke and Saul haven't developed over the years, but especially Saul, he was meant to be generational CM. Yeah, both of them. There was one point they were both kind of touted as like people gonna go out and get them. I think Liverpool are linked to Saul Niguez this summer, but for how much they were touted in the 2 years ago or so, you ain't really heard much. Like if Donnarumma playing out from the back. Italy passing through, and they've come over the halfway line. I think Immobile's offside, but he goes around the keeper. Oh no, that's not Immobile. I think it's in the post. I think he's offside anyway. Yeah. Who was it? Chiesa. I mean, it was weird because he was calling for the ball, and I'm like, you're clearly offside. But Emerson played it anyway. He took it round it. Keeper curls it off the post. But it was offside anyway. Big up yourself, Victor. To be honest, I will still take Saul. I think he's a baller. I think they're both good players. But if Saul was available in this today, for how much they were touted, there should be a bidding war. And there won't be a bidding war. Spain struggling to play out from the back. Italy tried to go direct after they win it back. Interesting. I'm going to keep an eye on the stats for this match. I really am. I want to see how Spain do on possession wise. Sorry, because as I said, That is Spanish law, possession. We say possession is 9/10 of the law. For Spain, possession is 10/10 of the law. Because if you have the ball, you can't concede. That's the way they look at it. Their best way of defending is possession. If you have the ball, the opposition can't score. And you're not wrong. However, what you do with the ball is actually the most important thing. Because if you have the ball and don't score, and the opposition then get it and they score, where do you go from there? And Spain, even though Spain scored 10 goals in 2 matches, but it'll be, it probably sounds stupid saying it. They haven't been clinical. They haven't been clinical. You have to watch the matches to understand. You have to watch the matches to understand. Spain have had 10 goals in 2 matches before the game against Switzerland, and they have not been clinical. I know I sound like a madman. Yeah, man. Yeah, go. Make sure you sub Mickey. Make sure you sub. Keep an eye on these stats. At the moment, Italy's on 57% possession. That will start swinging. I think it will start swinging Spain's way. I think it will. As Alba breaks down the left. It'll be an interesting game. It would be definitely Spain's biggest test. I wouldn't say it's Italy's biggest test, but it's another test because they did play Belgium already. Which is a bigger test, Spain or Belgium? I'm tempted to say Belgium. Tempted to say Belgium. It's toothless way of winning, but it's winning. As long as you win, of course. Of course. I just hate it, personally. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure you do that. Italy are pressing well. They are pressing very, very well. Throwing down Italy's left. Let's see what these tweeters are saying. Got to keep up with the tweeters. Gav Mack says, who else is already wound up with the poor pronunciation of the players' names? I'm not listening, so I can't comment. Yeah, Spain are struggling to get. I mean, they're passing it well as they do, but to actually progress up the field, it's not as easy. It's not as easy for them. Italy are pressuring them well. Yeah, they can't get out of their half right now. Not properly, anyway. Not properly. See a tweet from Man United Analytics. Big up Was says, win the midfield, win the midfield, win the game. Yeah, I agree. Because when you play against Spain, there's 2 ways to do it. You're either gonna sit back on the edge of your box and hit them on the counter, or you win the midfield battle. It's not going to be a back and forth with you. They go, you go, they go, you go. No, it's not going to be that. They're not coming there to do that. So you're either going to have to go counter attack, sit at the edge of your box and hit them on the break, or try and go toe to toe with them. Or I say toe to toe, you give them the bit of the ball, and then you take, all right, now it's our turn to have a bit of the ball. As it stands, Italy are they're allowing them to have the ball, but they're denying them the space to do much with it. A lot of passing across, sideways, backwards, sideways. And then as soon as they get into a danger area, bam, they're all on them. Oh, Spain, Ferran Torres wins it back in a dangerous position on the left-hand side. Oh, I thought Alba might have been away there. Is that Pedri? Oh, is that a foul? I thought there was a bit of a. I thought it was a bit of a. It's not a stamp, but like he came down on his leg. Edge of the area, out wide. Oof. So that was a chance for Spain. That was a chance for Spain to do something. Let me let's see if I can get these stats up on the screen. Ah, see, it shifted. It shifted just as I said it would. It shifted. I'll tell you what I'm talking about in a hot second. And you'll see exactly what I was saying. That's actually gone a huge way. There we go. 71% possession for Spain. 71%. I'm not surprised because they would pass you to death. Like if they don't see that pass forward, they're going back just to ensure they keep possession. They're not going to try and force it. Now, in the end, that might prove an error of judgment for them because you're like, you need to get a goal. When you've got the ball, you need to get a goal. But they're not going to do it. They will go back and side and back and side. And then at a moment that they can strike, they go forward. So I'm not surprised that possession stat has swung massively. First 5 minutes was 56% to Italy. 5 minutes later, it's 70%. But the key stat is this one. Italy nil, Spain nil. That is the key stat. And with all that possession, how many shots have they had? How many shots have they had? But they're on the edge of the box now. Ball through. Oh no, the ball's back. Oh, that was a chance. That was a chance for Spain. No, you got to score. I'm not gonna lie. You have got to score. Big up yourself, MN. Again, riding with me during this Euros once again. Oh, what a chance. Who was it behind? He left the ball behind him. Who was that? I would actually hate, I'm not gonna lie, if Spain won this Euros. They won it in 2008, win it in 2012. They're supposed to be dead. How are they gonna win it the next year after? So not 2060, but 2020. Oh, it was a Yazabal. You've got to. I'm wondering if he was that Pedri who played that? He was onside. He was onside. The boy left it behind him. He left it behind him. Oh no! Oh no! Yazabal left the ball behind him. What a chance! What a chance! You can't screw. I mean, Pedri is balling. Pedri is a baller. Shot from Ferran Torres. Listen, I mean, Spain are doing what they do, I guess, controlling the play. They ain't hit the target yet. Italy ain't had a shot in anger. But but they're the better team right now. Spain that is. But you gotta mark it with a win. You have to mark with a goal. You can't just have the ball, and you don't score any goals. You have to get the goal when you're on top. Because Italy will come into it at some point. Sorry, someone just texted me. $15 minutes gone. Oh, a bit too heavy down the side for Alba from Ferran Torres. I mean, this is a massive game. This is a huge game. And Spain have started confidently. And you know what I say? Obviously, you think, all right, Italy are the favourites. The favourite for this game, and of course, if they win this game, they're favourites for the tournament. At this stage of the tournament, with a semi-final, both teams, I mean, for all four teams, I would say England are the favourites because England have the favourable draw in terms of the semi-final, odds speaking, which means that they have the most chance of getting to the final of any of the four teams, which by default then means, Italy wanting the ball up high, must be a free kick. Yeah, England have the best chance of all the teams to get to the final, which means they have the best chance of all four teams of winning it as individual odds. But Italy, if they do get through this, you have to say they're finals. They're favourites. My question is, however, if Spain beat Italy and they beat them well, and I know they're playing the final at Wembley, are Spain favourites? Well, what point do we stop saying they were lucky to be here? Are Spain now favourites? That's a very good and high line from Spain for that free kick. Very good line, very high. Allowed the keeper to come out for it. It did bounce though. I'll tell you that. Because if Spain, they're playing like this and they're playing well. If they beat Italy playing like this, I mean, everyone's got a chance in the final because you're there. It's 90 minutes. But not everyone beats Italy to get there. And no, at a point when they're convincing any of the performance. That's what I'm saying. So if they beat Italy playing the way they're playing right now, you have to take them seriously. You have to take them seriously against England or Denmark. Of course, if they play Denmark, 100% they're favourites. That being said, no, they'll be favourites. But if Denmark deal with England in a way that Spain's dealing with Italy, then you're like, damn, it's 50-50. Like these semi-final lineups and the way that the tournament has progressed for each of these teams, who knows? Who actually knows who's winning it? Like, who is to say that Denmark can't win this? Who is to say? Yeah, we know they're not favourites. We know, but who is to say that Denmark can't win this? Not me. I'm not cool. I've made my predictions already. Start of the tournament. I've already made predictions. So that's dead and gone, other than the fact that I got England as fact that I got my what's it called? I got England as my dark horses. So if England get to the final, for me, my dark horse have done their job. The question is, where the hell was my favourites? That's offside. Oh no, no, so maybe there was someone very deep. That's a free kick. That's a free kick. You can't just pull a man like that. I see a tweet. It said, "Come on, ref, get your cards out." You don't want the ref getting his cards out. You don't want a ref getting his cards out too early. Oh, ball down the line. Emerson! Chance, open goal. The goal's open. Italy. Oh my goodness. Well, great defending by Spain in the end. Simon came out. Emerson got to the ball first. Oh, Simon got lucky. Simon, you lucky boy. Lucky boy. Oh, that's great. Great tackle by Busquets there. So the ball's down the left-hand side. Simon comes out for it, but Emerson gets there first, squares it. Not 100% sure who squared it to. Passed it to I think it was Chiesa, who chopped back onto it, but Busquets stuck a foot out. Meanwhile, the keeper was out of the goal, but the Spanish defenders came and midfielders, whoever, came flooding back to get around the ball and block the goal. They defended in numbers there, but it showed their frailties. They came up, they're playing this high line, and Italy's got the players and the pace to get in behind. It's not the first time they're going behind twice. Obviously, one was offside earlier. I hit the post. I think it might have been Barella or was it Chiesa. And Emerson got in behind that time, and he was onside. So it's a decent game of football. Yeah, Simon, you lucky boy. Someone says Simon on fraud watch. It'll be interesting though, because nobody gave Spain a chance at the start of the tournament. Spain were, for me, what I would class in the rank of dark horses, because they've got decent players, but not world-class players. They've been deep in tournaments before, of course, won them, but not for a while. That's a foul throw. Should have been. Play on. Rest playing on there. Oh, ball hit. I think it was Immobile's heel. And I would have put them in the category with England, with Netherlands. There was another team I had there as well. England, Netherlands, Germany. Is it not Germany? No, I can't remember if I had Germany in there. No, I think I had Germany just a tier above. But England, Spain, Netherlands, definitely within dark horse. Portugal, France favourites. Italy, Germany, Belgium as the potential challengers. And then, if you want to throw in a Denmark or a Turkey, as some people did, should I say, then fair play to you. Switzerland, Austria, if you want. Then you got the outsiders, the no-hopers, Wales, Scotland, those kind of teams. And F says, pass. It's like watching hooker at a bachelor party. at a point when they're. Oh, sorry, I said that one already. I want Spain because I don't see them breaking down our defense. Yeah, that's Spain's problem. They lack that clinical edge. They can keep the ball well. They can even get into dangerous positions, but that final pass, the final run, and or the final shot. As I said, oh, chance. Nope. Oh, saved by Donnarumma. That was a snapshot. That was Italy on the break. What can they do? Italy on the break is 4v5 now. Spain have got numbers back. Spain have had a couple chances. Spain have had a couple chances. Coulda, shoulda, woulda done better. I tell you what, they can't say. If somebody misses a chance, it can't be like if Morata was playing, he would have scored that. Like that's one thing. If Spain go out because they missed their chances today, you can't say our manager got it wrong. Morata would have scored because he wouldn't have. Yeah, Croatia would have put in dark horses as well. Correct. It was a poor kick by Donnarumma. I think it came out. I think it might have been Busquets. Play on the edge of the box, falls. Oh, the double shot from Olmo. Got blocked, fell back to him, and he shot. And keeper saved it. Oh, you got to play. Was that a free kick? The Spain ain't got a clinical finisher. Donnarumma. Apologizes for his poor kick. It was a snapshot, but the ball was kind of like not much backlift. It was just kind of in front of it. You had to, from a standing position, you had to shoot. But it was a chance. It was a chance. And then it's a semi-final. You might not get clear-cut chances. You gotta take what you're given. Oh, chance! No free kick, no nothing. Defender better hope that's not in the area, or VAR is going to check it. I think it was Chiellini on Olmo. I mean, Italy are all over the top. Simon will gather that, I'm sure. Yeah. Big up yourself and thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a good day at work. And yeah, well, they say the 19th. You never know with these people; they could change it any minute. But as it stands, 19th, it's Freedom Day. Freedom is coming tomorrow. Get ready, mama. Prepare for. If you don't know about Serafina, get to know. Bad Boy film that. Bad Boy film. What is this? Please transfer the student information onto the form that I sent you. What student information? Sorry, I'm reading a text. My bad. I will deal with that later. Italy. Leon, let me know. How do you think? How do you think Italy's playing? How do you think Spain's playing? Listen, this is a huge game. This is a huge game, and whether we like it or not, both teams. There's a ball over the top. I think he might be offside. Simon comes out for it. Whether we like it or not, both teams deserve to be here. Both teams deserve to be here. So you got to respect. Same thing, England playing Denmark tomorrow. Denmark ain't there on accident. I tell you what, though, these Jorginho for Ballon d'Or shouts going real quiet now, boy. Going real quiet. Let me see what those possession stats are saying. So it's kind of come back a little bit, 64-36. I'm expecting it to be no higher than 60-40 max by the end of the game, but I could be wrong. If Spain are good enough, if they're that good, then they will. Someone warming up, someone coming on. Locatelli, early change. Is that Locatelli? I mean, I don't know what he actually looks like properly, but it wouldn't surprise me because Spain are I mean, Italy are being dominated in the midfield. In South Dakota, we didn't even have a lockdown, and I was at work the whole year. So thank God on the day. Yeah, you have to, man. A lot of people are out of work. Like a lot of people were on furlough, and at some points during the year, I was thinking, oh, I love to be on furlough, doing nothing all day, sitting back watching my Netflix, blah blah blah. But when all is said and done, I'm grateful that I had my job full time, working from home. And when everything's back to normal, I've still got my job because bill have to pay and party have to run and all of them thing there. So it's important. Oh, Berardi coming up, getting into warming up. So who would Berardi come on for? Because doesn't he usually play a bit wide? Who would they take off if he's getting ready to come on? I mean, the obvious they could take off Chiesa or Insigne. Yeah, I don't think you take off Insigne though, the form that he's been on. But it's the midfield that they're struggling in. They're really struggling between Barella, Verratti, and Jorginho. Spain ain't giving them a sniff. Good defending. Good defending. I mean, well, tackling or whatever. I'm going to try and get up these subtitles so I can have a bit more clarity about what's really being said out there. Oh, chance Spain, shot over the bar. Nothing. Dani Olmo from, I don't know, 25 yards. Right hand side, well over the bar. Well over the bar, not a chance. I don't know. Yeah, silly shot if I'm going to be completely honest. Got to credit Spain and Luis Enrique for the first 32 minutes. Long ball right through. Whoa! Italy nearly got through and goal from one long ball. One long ball from Donnarumma. It's the high line from Spain. That's Italy want to exploit. They haven't got on the ball enough to actually exploit it. They're on what 30? It's the 36% possession. So they haven't really got on the ball enough to actually exploit it. Spain have completed more than double the amount of passes, or even attempted. Sorry, more than double the amount of passes. But Italy edge of the box chance. Oh, that's a great ball. Oh, what's he got? Oh no, defended well. Defended well by Aspilicueta on Insigne. Ball came into Immobile, from Insigne into Immobile, turns, flicks it around the corner back to Insigne, but it kind of just ran away from the goal a little bit, and Aspi saw it out. It is what it is. Ref allowed that to play. I like a ref who allows strong play, man. I'm not all this. Oh, good dummy. Oh, yeah, he's offside. Relax, Neeks. Relax. He's offside. Since the early 2000s, Italy have won less than. I don't know what that means. Spain are doing their stuff, man. Spain are doing their stuff. Tell you, Jorginho Ballon d'Or shouts is going real quiet. Going real quiet. And then next they're gonna be calling Aspilicueta Ballon d'Or shouts. These Chelsea fans are relentless, isn't it? Relentless, I tell you. Ooh, no foul, no foul. They are trying to break quick, but Spain got numbers at the back. At no point they're not really leaving them, even though they play for high line at times. It's not ever like a 3-on-2 or 4-on-2 or anything like that. So they're keeping their numbers there. So even when Italy break quickly, they have to be precise. They have to really be precise. And this is it. When you come to this stage of the tournament, again, Italy may go on and win this game and win the tournament, and they've played the best so far. But all of the teams at this stage of the tournament, and I guess considering the other teams are out, have big flaws. I think for me, France's flaws were purely, what's the word? Camaraderie. I don't think it's necessarily specific defensive flaws, like technical. I don't think France had technical flaws. I think they had team chemistry flaws, and harmony and that kind of thing. Portugal, I don't think they had technical flaws. I think they had some tactical flaws, i.e., the manager at times, but I don't think they had technical flaws. These teams here in this part of the tournament, the last four, I think they've all got technical flaws. I think both of these teams here lack a clinical forward. They can score goals because they attack in numbers and they attack often. So with frequency and in numbers. So they can score goals just by the sheer weight of frequency of attack. But if you're talking about, oh, you're going to get one chance in this game, for example, you don't bank on either team to take it. But they're very solid in midfield, both. Italy are solid at the back, Spain not so. Denmark, well, they're just not a match. They are great. Oh, chance. I don't even know why I call chance. Why do I call chance? They can't shoot. Spain can't, but you're going to keep getting more and more opportunities like this, and one will go in. One will go in. It's just a game of numbers for Spain. We keep the ball enough, we shoot enough. In the end, we'll score. Like it's a game of numbers. It's like they're playing through stats. They're playing through stats. If we have the ball long enough, we are bound to win the game, is the way they're going through it. Italy, I don't think their forwards are great. Insigne, Immobile, and Chiesa. Good, solid. None of them elite. Denmark, the sum is the whole is greater than the sum of their parts. Without a shadow of a doubt, they've got some efficient footballers. They're solid as a team, all over the top. Simon comes out, heads it clear. The flag did not go up. Italy win it back. That's not a free kick. Ah, oh, come on, ref. Come on, ref. Who is that? Barella. He got the ball. Ah, referee. He actually got the ball. What was that? Oh, that Chiesa, sorry. I'm gonna read that comment out in a second. That's so funny and so true. Yeah, Denmark. Italy win that ball from high in Spain's. Well, actually, Chiellini won it, I think. Ball played over the top by Spain, or tried to play over the top and failed. Yeah, Denmark, they're a solid team, but they don't have any X factor. They're just very solid, workmanlike, efficient, you would say. So they'd win a match more on like hard work, more than great quality per se, especially at this level. Big up yourself, Diego Maradona. And then England, Harry Kane is their only world-class player. Their midfield is solid, but not spectacular in Rice, Phillips, and Mount. And the defense is, the defense, we went into this tournament thinking defense is the weakest point. It's been pretty solid. England are a solid, efficient team with quality players in attack, plus a world-class striker. But in other areas, like the midfield, for example, they lack in the midfield, but they're solid. So it's like they know their job. We're not going to be able to dominate possession against the best midfields. So let's not try. Let's just sit back and break up the play. So none of these teams are perfect, which makes all these matchups even better, and which makes the final, regardless of who gets there, an interesting final. An interesting final. Let me read this comment. Diego Maradona says, Italy have been good, but Spain will beat them. People went from ignoring Italy, they did, to necking them deep so quickly, they did. They did it from the first game. Italy could, Donnarumma took long there, boy. They won 3-0 against Turkey, and was like, Italy's going to win the tournament. Now, you might be right, but every time somebody played well, they became the team. I was just like, guys, stick to your prediction, innit? And when that team gets knocked out, you're wrong. Just don't. You don't have to keep. You start giving out every possible permutation that can happen, and then when one of them finally does happen, you'll be like, I told you that 80 team was good. Yeah, after they were 3-0 up with 2 minutes left of the final. If you say, what do they say? Emerson was away, man. You gotta give a card. Ref needs to start dishing some cards now because he was breaking. Come on, ref, man. Yeah, you got a book at that point. Wait, what did I say? You said pause. Was that the necking? People go with Spain next if they win. Correct. If Spain win this, then people will say Spain will beat England. And Spain may well beat England. But how can you go from Italy-England final to Spain going to win the whole thing? All ball down the line. Late in the half, 1 minute left of regulation time in this half. Can Italy conjure anything? And man, my boy Pedri is balling. He is absolutely balling. Such a young guy. Lorenzo Insigne. Emerson on the overlap. Was that tipped over? Nothing given. Nothing given. Nothing given. This team needs a prime Torres or Villa. Ansu Fati was balling for Spain before his injury. Yeah, they lack a striker. They lack a striker big, big time. Did I hit the bar? They didn't give her a corner, so maybe keeper didn't catch it, but I think it might hit the bar. Italy pressing high. Spain play out. They play. Oh wait, what's going on? Oh, ref, you gotta play that. Oh no, it's half time. Oh, for the. Oh, there's no stoppage time. Well, fair enough. Spain were looking to break there. The name's Diego, but my team's England. I was probably the only one who backed England and England only. Our lads are not only talented, but are experienced winners at club level, I guess. Not one, but many of them. Yeah, well, I had England dark horses, so I expect them to minimum get to a semi, potentially win it, especially as once they get to a semi, which they are, the 2 games are in at Wembley. The 2 games are in Wembley, and at that point, it's anyone's game. And considering their side of the draw, you got to fancy their chances. Sorry. Let's see the stats. Mancini's been in charge of 37 games for Italy, and only, I think, 2 have ended 0-0. You're not really expecting that, are you? You're not really expecting it. But let's have a look at these stats. So 0-0 at half time. 5 shots for Spain, 1 on target. Definitely the dominant side. That cannot be denied. Block shots, 1 for Spain. And woodwork right at the end. Emerson hit the bar. That's been the game. Spain, a lot of possession, a lot of shots. They had a great chance where Pedri turned and played in Oyarzabal, and he couldn't control the ball and take it in front of him. The ball was behind him. And really and truly, he should. The ball wasn't fizzed in. He should have taken that into his stride, and he has a one-on-one chance with Donnarumma. Now, knowing and seeing how Spain have been so profligate in front of goal in the tournament, you're not going to bank on him to score, but you have to get in that. You have to be in that position. Once you get in that position, you have to have a shot, and frankly, you have to score. So that was poor. Possession stats, and this is how I thought. I said by the end of the game, I think it'll be about 55% to Spain, 45 to Italy. But I don't think it will go higher than 60-40. Now, granted, it's 61-39. Give me a break, innit? This is where I expect the game to be, in around 55 to 60% possession for Spain, and 45 to 40 for to Italy, and Italy catching them on the break. Italy slightly covers some more ground, obviously chasing them around. 191 passes attempted versus 352. Over double the amount completed. 152 versus 380. You can see passing accuracy. A lot of that is the direct balls. They're playing from deep, trying to get over the top, over Spain's high line, past Spain's high line. Ball recoveries, 23 to 21. No cards yet. 6 previous matches, 2 wins, 2 draws each. It's interesting. Spain have been better. Olmo in the false 9 is causing Italy problems, and I'm not surprised. I think Klinsmann's actually saying it now. They were up against Lukaku in the last round, and in most games they've had a striker to deal with. And I felt if you played Morata, it's an easy job for Chiellini and Bonucci. Morata back to goal, you just go right up against him and he can't do anything. Like they did against Lukaku, even though Lukaku did have a couple of chances. But with Olmo, and all three of them kind of just floating, but Olmo kind of dropping deep, what do they do? Who do they mark? They're getting pulled. They're getting dragged. That false nine is working. It makes sense. It makes sense. I like how we quietly done our thing and cruise through. Only after the last game, people start to see England as a threat. People go with the crowd and hype. I go with my gut, whether I'm right or wrong. And that's how you have to be. You have to go with your gut. You can't, if you take information as it comes, but you can't just let people sway you by popular opinion, whatever the crowd's saying. The crowd said Southgate out, and everyone's like, Southgate's a rubbish manager. And I'm like, well, he got you to the semi-finals of the World Cup. You got to show him some respect. You got to show him some respect. They're talking about Pedri, 18 years old. Yeah, man, he's bossing it, man. He's bossing it. He's for someone that young to be at this level in a international tournament, to be playing at this level. Respect, man. Respect. I think for me, he's been the best. And 31 out of 31 passes completed, and he played that ball into Oyarzabal, who should have had a shot, should have finished it. Yeah, he's been brilliant. He has been absolutely brilliant. What I talk about Barcelona today? No money, blah blah blah. Well, listen, as long as you keep Pedri and you sign him on a long-term deal, then your future's in good hands, isn't it? Your future is in good hands. I wonder if we're ever going to see Adama Traore in this tournament. Because he ain't come off the bench yet. He ain't come off the bench yet. Let's see what these people are saying. Yeah, Spain. Pubs in England can stay open longer on Sunday in case the Euro final goes to penalties. Oh, good. That's funny. That's funny. What are you lot saying about the game? Busquets is legendary. Listen, he's having a very good game. He's having a solid game. He's breaking up. Yeah, there was a good tackle he made on the edge of the box where Simon came charging out. And Emerson got there first, squared the ball to Immobile, I think it was, twisting and turning. And he came back to go on his left foot. Keeper stood outside of his goal, and not Pedri. Busquets just nipped round the corner, bam, and took the ball from Immobile, I think it was. So he's doing what he does, isn't it? He's doing what he does. Pedri is similar to Cruz, can control the tempo of the game for fun. 18 years old, man. Like, he's good. Spain could cause an upset. How much is it? How much of an upset is it an upset when it's Spain? Like, it's Spain, isn't it? Is it that big of an upset? Is it really? What the hell is this? Oh, I saw that. Thoughts on Jorginho? They're talking about Luke Shaw, Roberto Carlos, Shawberto Carlos. I think there was some quotes earlier that Luke Shaw came out speaking about sorry, Carlos came out speaking about Shaw. Sammy says, I want Verratti and Cole to hold on to the ball more. Yeah, well, how do you think Jorginho's playing? Because obviously there's been a lot of shouts about player of the tournament, blah, blah, blah. And I think he's been one of the better players of the tournament. For me, him and barring, obviously, there's players that's gone out, the likes of the likes of Pogba. Locatelli's out for the rest of the tournament. So when I talk about player tournament, I'm looking at who are the potential teams who could win it from here. Sorry, who could win it from here? Sorry, who are the potential players who could win it from here? Locatelli's not winning it. He's out of the tournament. So that's that. Pogba's not winning it. He's out. Schick's not winning it. He's out. So you got to be realistic. For me, it was going into this match, Jorginho and Sterling. Now, if Italy and England go out, people say, oh, but you don't have to be. Why do you have to get to the final to win it? Like, why do you have to be the one you can win it from, semi? Did I say Locatelli? I meant Spinazzola, sorry. Yeah. Even though Locatelli started the tournament well, and then obviously he's been on the bench since Verratti came back. People are like, yeah, but you shouldn't have to get to the final to win it. Yeah, I hear you, but when you get to the final, there's two teams of 26 men squad. That is 52 players to choose from. One of them must have been better than any other player that got to a semi-final at that point or before. Now, of course, you might get a player who's banged so many goals or even, I don't know, completely exceptional, completely maybe, but not in this tournament. I think if Spain go through to the final, Pedri jumps ahead of Jorginho as a potential player of the tournament. Simple. If England get to a final, Sterling is clear of Jorginho player of the tournament. Then at that side, because at that point, one of them have to win the tournament. And I think one of them, if they're gonna win a final, say it's Spain or England, those two players are probably gonna be important. What about Maguire? So didn't Maguire miss the first 2 games, didn't he? He's been definitely brilliant since, but he's only played 3 games, so I take that into account. But he's been brilliant since he's come in. Shaw's played all but 1 game, so the first game against Croatia. I would have Shaw above Maguire. But of course, yeah, if Maguire gets to a final and wins it, I think out of 7 games in the tournament, you need to play more than half. Unless the 3 that you play is quarters, semis, and final, and you're like man the match in all 3. I think you need to play 4 out of 7 games to be in the conversation about player of the tournament. Jorginho having a tough game. Pedri between the lines is a problem for him. This is the first game he has been on the back foot and has to defend. And we know he ain't great defensively. Like when I say that, physically getting around, he doesn't do that. He's like, we dictate the play. If we dictate the play, then he's perfect. But once his team's on the back foot, It's a different kettle of fish. That's the truth. A different kettle of fish. I just said at the start with the false nine dropping in, and then you got Pedri pushing on. He's actually got like he's in a not a dilemma, but he got two people to deal with, and the two centre backs end up not doing anything because the false nine instead of being here comes in there, so them two are not occupied, other than when the two wide men run in, and with Jorginho sitting at the base of a three, you've got two men. You've got Olmo and you've got Olmo and Pedri, basically in between the lines. If Italy win it, what about Donnarumma? He's made some important saves. He made a good save today. I'm trying to think the Belgian game. What did he? There was a save in the first half. He made. Was it the first half? Made two good saves, didn't he? One from De Bruyne and one from Lukaku. Those were good saves. Those were very good saves. The keeper won't win it though. I'll tell you why keeper won't win it. Because in World Cup 2006, who won the player of the tournament was Zidane, and I don't say he's not, but obviously Cannavaro when I won the Ballon d'Or. Buffon, where did Buffon finish in Ballon d'Or 2006? Because Buffon was amazing in that World Cup. But let me see. 2000, and I'm not saying he should have won the Ballon d'Or 2006 because Real Madrid also won La Liga, so I think that also played into Cannavaro's hands. But let me see where Buffon. Oh, to be fair, Buffon finished second. I was gonna say that's right. I just said La Liga. Not La Liga. He won 2006. He won no, who did he win it with that year? 2006. Juve, and then he joined Real Madrid, didn't he? Yeah. He joined Real Madrid that year. And won La Liga again, actually, mind you. Won a league again. But 2006, I think, was that the year that with the match fixing in Italy? I'm sure it was. Cannavaro, it was Cannavaro, Buffon, and then Henry came third. Fair play. Donnarumma is not a bad shout. You have to see how he performs in this game. He's made one good save and potentially a final. I think for a keeper to win it at this stage, I think he might have to be man the match in the final. It's just keepers get drawn the short straw, and I don't make the rules. So I think if a keeper's to win it, he has to be man the match in the final. So there's time. There is time. Second half has kicked off. Shane, you're a mod on here. So if you see any messages that, like, sometimes YouTube doesn't allow them to come through, just make them show, unless it's abusive to like me or any of the any people in the chat. Just click on the show button and let the messages come through. Because I don't really chat. I don't, because I'm on the StreamYard when I'm streaming. I don't always go onto the YouTube, and some of the messages don't go through because there was a message from MN. He says, yeah, that bastard Bartomeu effed us over. Barca are in problems. You know what? At the end of the match, I'm just going to have a chat about Barca. MN, if you're still there, remind me to speak about Barca when the match is over. Obviously, people might know already, but we'll just break it down on here. Barca are in problems with their wages. We know the Messi situation. I mean, it's a messy situation, no pun intended. But they ain't got no P. They ain't got no P. Actually. Jorginho Ballon d'Or shouts gone hella quiet, boy. Devil says, Spain has completely proved me wrong thus far. They've upped their tempo massively for the game, and the Italians haven't quite figured them out yet. Great game so far. It is a great game. It's a great game. As someone said in the chat, Diego Maricona said Italy played a couple games, and everyone's like, "Oh, best best team in the world." Anyway, it'd be funny if they go out because Indiana has been talking about Italy's gonna win it. Italy's gonna win it. Italy's gonna win it. And I don't think anybody picks Spain at the start of the tournament. That would be funny. That would be funny. I was talking to my colleague today because like people, I was saying I think England would prefer to play Spain. Oh, chance for Italy. Immobile, that's just lying. I was saying that England prepared to play Spain and Italy. But as I said, and I said to my colleague earlier, I was speaking, I said, because she mentioned it as well, and I said, I get that because Italy plays so well. But if Spain beat Italy to get to the final, then they're a damn good team as well. So it's like, you don't want to play Italy because they're the best team, but you rather play the team that beat Italy. Now, of course, if it's in a penalty shootout, they didn't really play that well, but somehow they got there, then you say, cool, like, oh, ball around the back. Oh, great defending by Di Lorenzo, because I think it was Ferran Torres was coming around the back from that Olmo cross. He was coming there just to tap it in, to be honest. Great defending. Yeah, if Spain beat Italy and they play well, then England, if they get there, will have to fare Spain because they're there on merit. It's not a joke. They're there on merit. I like this. I respect this performance. Oh, punch clear by Donnarumma. I thought the Spanish player just got ahead of him there. Yeah, Busquets, I thought. Busquets booked. That might be a cumulative booking more than anything. Did it stop a counter attack? I'm not sure. Let's see. A source in Arsenal tells who is that person? A source in Arsenal tells, I don't know what that means. The club holds a degree of interest in Hossam Aouar, but the talks are not advanced and have not reached the stage of making an official offer yet, as some French reports indicated tonight. The club continues to elevate the market situation and the possibility of signing with its main objectives before considering other options. So Hossam Aouar isn't a main objective for Arsenal this summer. Spain under attack. Out to the edge of the box. Shoots! Oh, Busquets over the bar. This is the problem. It's a problem with Spain. They can't finish. They can't finish. All the chances are there. Spain and profligacy go hand in hand. Where's that emoji I'm looking for? There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, shot saved by Unai Simon. Chiesa. Ball came out to Chiesa on the right. I think shot through the legs of Alba. This is an interesting game of football. People really watching Love Island at a time like this? You have got to be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Did I not know that it's the Euro semi-final? Let's see what these stats are saying, because Italy ain't really Italy ain't really got on the ball in this half. I ain't gonna lie. It's still 61. They're still doing 61 to foot. Yeah, nothing ain't really changed in that regard. I thought it would have been more to Spain, to be honest. Koke out wide. Italy's had a couple shots in this half. Spain can be proud of their performance, I tell you that. And as I said, the battle of the two best managers in the tournament. One who's got slightly more experience, not just in years managed, but also in terms of even where he's managed in Italy, he's managed in England, he's managed in Turkey, in Mancini. Whereas Luis Enrique only managed in Spain. Of course, he was more successful, winning the treble, 5 trophies in a year, including the Super Cup and the Club World Cup. Berardi's coming on. I think he's in my fantasy team. Berardi is warming up. Or more than warming up, he's stripped and ready. Stripped and ready. It's a good game of football. Like, I wouldn't say it's an even game, but it's not even on the balance of play. Italy are kind of picking their moments, and Spain just ain't good enough to go get the kill, get the goal that their play generally deserves. But they won the ball high up. They're breaking. You got to release that. It's come over. Oh, that's poor, man. You got to do better than that. But I tell you, Omo has played very well. He's played very well. As I said, them Jorginho shots looking real dodgy in the light now, boy. Spain are pressing well, passing well. They're just missing that Shot from long range straight at Donnarumma. What do you want to say, mate? Listen, what I don't want is extra time and penalties. I tell you that. Half an hour to go. Jorginho's Ballon d'Or shots. All right, chance for Spain. Alba left, cross, pull cross. Give me a goal. Both of these teams, they got all the technical players, man, but they're lacking that killer instinct. Release him. Oh, good defending, but it's fallen into the box. Italy chance, shoots, goal, 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 1-0. Chiesa, it's 1-0. Come on, come on. Come on. I think it was Chiesa anyway. I hope it was Chiesa. I tweeted Chiesa. Great finish. Great finish. Good defending by Laporte. So ball comes out early to Donnarumma balls it out. Quick break. Quick break. Ball through from I don't know. Came out to Chiesa, Immobile didn't get it. Turns, curls, keeper didn't stand a chance. Keeper didn't stand a chance. I think that was Verratti's ball through to Immobile. Great finish. Who joined?
Yo, just finished work.
Huh?
Just finished work.
You saying you're doing a graveyard shift?
Yeah, I'm the only one. One of my colleagues left, or two. So pretty much me picking up all of those parts there. So I'm stuck.
Have you been watching?
Stuck. Yeah, I have been watching. Oh my goodness, it's Italy are gonna win it. They're gonna win it, man.
I mean, who came off? Who came off? I didn't see it. Oh, Morata's on. So really, Spain are really trying to go out. Spain are really trying to go out.
Yeah, definitely. It's so funny because
been the best
completely written them off. Didn't even think about them as anything when we first started this whole conversation. Italy. No one spoke to them much. It was just Italy.
Yeah, I mean, they were still just for me. I said I had them in the same category as me personally. Obviously, some people had Belgium as winners. I had them in the same category as the Belgium, Germany, Italy.
I had them in no category. I thought they were just nothing. So this is why it's the biggest shock to me.
I think I was saying this on when we did one of the first episodes. I was on the dugout when everyone was saying like dark horses and that. And I think Devo said Denmark or something like that. And 1 second, turn my light. And so then I'm sure it was on the episode where we were breaking down like what is a dark horse, what isn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, I had like Portugal, France as favorites, and then I had Italy, Germany, Belgium in the category just below, like challengers. And then I had dark horses like Spain, England, Netherlands, Croatia.
This
And
is madness.
I was like, I'm not putting Denmark in there. I mean, more fool me, but yeah, I just didn't. No one really spoke about Italy, which was silly.
Yeah, no one.
When you consider that, well, this is the 6th game of the tournament, so this will be 32. They came into the tournament on a 26-game unbeaten run, which just goes to show that people ain't really studying these international results,
that's the
really going into the tournament.
It's the fact that because Italy's just been meh for a while, it's just like, no one's really following or thing. Because I'm not gonna lie, nothing. This is a shock. I thought, okay, yeah, Italy is a strong team, but they'll go out.
It's like,
that's what I thought.
That's exactly that. I don't expect them to go out in the group stage, but I'm not expecting them to win it. So it's like, you get to a quarters, there you go, you're done, fine, thank you. But I mean, they're the only team. Sorry, I had to get my light. They're the only team with an 100% record in the tournament.
That's won all their games.
Yeah, won all their games. So England are unbeaten, but.
So what's this? It's like an Arsenal thing. England potentially invincibles.
Oh, chance! Oh! How's he missed? How has he missed? Oh my goodness! How has he missed? He missed the ball. Oh my goodness!
I'll see that soon.
A yard's a ball. Oh, it's well onside. Oh my goodness!
Oh no!
Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. Who played that ball? Was that my guy Pedri? Was that my guy Pedri?
Koke.
Oh, the Koke he played it.
Oh,
how did I?
What I would say is when you wait, you have headsets though, don't you?
I've got headsets.
Oh, you're watching for your TV. You're watching for your TV.
So it's over there.
Yeah.
But if I watch on my laptop, it would be delayed.
Then you'd have the sound in the.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, if I plug my antenna into my Plex, I would have exactly the same latency as TV. But I just don't know where the power is, so I can plug it into my Plex, so I can make all these channels.
Oh no, she's wide.
Maybe for the World Cup, I'll have that ready. It's too late now.
Sammy says Chiellini and Bonucci doing that not today celebration. I think Spain are in for a long time. They're still getting chances, and they should have scored.
But the thing is, Spain always have chances. That's the thing. They've always had chances throughout the whole tournament. That's been their problem. They can't finish it.
100% agree. And I'm like, it's funny. I was in the preview just before we started, and I was like, if you didn't watch the matches, you think this guy's an idiot. I said Spain are not clinical, yet they scored 10 goals in two games in a row. Like, it's crazy to even say that, but you have to watch the game to understand.
Because they have so much chance.
Because someone's possession,
and they don't score it.
Yeah, they get someone's possession. They get in a position to create chances. Then they have the shots. And they just missed them all.
No, nothing comes from it.
10 goals in 2 games. Chance. Imo save with the feet of Simon.
It's Don. I can't pronounce his name. Donna. Yeah.
What about him?
Is he actually PSG and that's that?
Yeah.
He signed already. All right,
Not it's not officially announced, but it's done. It's done.
got a good goalkeeper then. Wow, Italy, and that's the thing with Italy. They're dangerous. They could score that goal. They could have scored that easily. But the thing is, Spain. I feel like Spain need more chances to finish
Yeah.
than anyone else.
100%. Spain could be here. Harry said Spain could be here all night and wouldn't score or something like that.
Who's that, Harry?
Something like that. What do you say? Spain could be right all night and not score. Literally, we could play till the cows come home.
Golly.
And Eric Garcia got to move to Barcelona. Says more about Barcelona than Garcia.
Barcelona are in an absolute mess right now.
Yep.
They have to get rid of Messi. They have to. They just have to cut their losses.
They won't. They won't.
They won't. Well, of course they won't, but this is gonna you moving off these players, it's a short term. May save it for like a season or two, in hope that players are now coming back to the stadiums. So you can start making that extra bit of cash again. But I guess that's what they're doing, isn't it? Just hoping.
That's why they took out a loan. They're a mess. I did say I was going to go through at the end of the stream and break it down, the thread that I sent, but that's let me what am I doing?
Kepa and De Gea dropped. Golly, I know this is not news, but golly. Hold on, they take off the best player.
Wait, who did they actually take off?
They took off Koke. He's the one that's been doing the.
Oh, they took him off now.
Yeah. Well, obviously, like 30 seconds ahead, but they bought.
I didn't realize.
Spain's forwards all need culling at Spanish customs.
Trying to get back in the country.
But it has been a bit barren for Spain for a while now.
What? 2012.
Since is it Al? I can't remember his name. Alba? No. Who's their striker they had back then? No, but they didn't take him to the World Cup or
Villa, Torres.
David Villa. That's it. Sorry. Since back then, because they were playing Fabregas up top, all sorts.
Yeah.
So they haven't had a striker for a long time.
Yeah.
They did have obviously Costa, but obviously Costa came a bit too late. I don't think
in his career. He did score a couple of goals in the World Cup, didn't he? I think he scored about 3. He scored, I remember he scored 2 against Portugal when they drew that game 3-3. I don't understand taking off Koke for Rodri. Like Rodri's a more defensive-minded midfielder. And Busquets is still on the field. I don't understand that.
How good is Fatty really? I keep hearing so much about. I'm not saying he's bad.
He's very talented. He's under 18 years old. So how good can you really be at that age? But he's very talented.
The way how people go on about him, like he's top tier. Damn, Spain,
but for a youngster, no. See, I would say he's poor pass. Donnarumma, you lucky son.
To be fair, he's had quite a few poor passes this game.
Yes, a couple
He,
times.
this whole game, he's been absolutely saved. Plenty. I remember the one that almost led to a goal, but he redeemed himself with the save.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it now. He's been having.
Verratti.
It's so funny. He's had a brilliant game and a mare at the same time.
Rodri and Busquets when losing makes no sense. Yeah, I don't get that. I'm not sure what. Are they gonna put Rodri as an auxiliary striker and start pumping balls up to him? Like I don't.
Yes,
I don't get it.
Spain are missing a striker. They need one.
100%, and I don't know who's out there for them. Let's see. Oh, I should watch it.
Emerson up in his stock, to leave Chelsea.
Spanish strikers. Who are the strikers out there for Spain that can even? Morata, Olmo,
There's
Ferran
nothing.
Torres, Rodrigo, Oyarzabal. Did I say Moreno already? Moreno.
This is the problem. They've been training them to do all this ticky-tacky and flary stuff so much that no one knows how to shoot over there.
Anymore.
All they know is just pass. So they ain't got no out-and-out striker anymore. They're all like inside forwards, ticky-tacky kind of style.
Right. It's actually bad.
You can just see that's just what happens. You can see it's just coming. It's just going through the whole system setup. Everyone just passes the ball and good at their feet. There's no actual striking going on.
When you actually deep it, Morata is Spain's best number 9. That's how that is the dearth of striking talent Spain have right now. That Morata is the best number 9. Sarabia, to be fair, I mean he's injured. Is he injured this game or suspended? One of the two. He might have had a shout. What's his stats like? What's he done this? Sarabia.
An out-and-out name is Morata. There's no other name bigger.
He's not even a striker, Sarabia. He's a wide.
That's what I'm trying to say. Everything is just ticky-tacky over there. Their whole system needs to get revamped now. And it's only so far. Like it worked really well when they won it, the Euros, the World Cup, and the Euros again. It worked well for them then because this type of football was, I wouldn't say new, but it was it was hard to beat. Now,
what this type of football?
Yeah,
this type of football. You need to have the best of the best in terms of
position.
In possession, defense, spin, pass the ball in. Morata. I don't know why I raised my voice.
But the thing is, they're all doing their job well, all of them, but they can't finish. Yeah, but it worked well back then because you need to look at even back then. Those games were boring. Pass around, a sneaky 1-0 here. There's nothing. Like it's legit. Like all it is now is just that it's just even highlighted even more. Yeah, Morata. And no one can tell me about confidence now. Morata's just bad.
No, yeah, it's not to do with confidence. It's not to do with confidence. This is him. It ain't gonna get any better. It ain't gonna get any worse. It's just this is what it is.
He only done well for Real Madrid at that time was because obviously Real Madrid were a decent team and he came on as a super sub most times. He just had a purple patch.
Oh, poor keeping.
It was a purple patch that he had.
Yeah.
When he was on the fire. Golly. Guy is awful, man. No, but you can't be that bad. It must be a mentality thing now, man. Because when you look at it, you can't be that bad. It's just you don't miss and miss.
I think it's just a quality. Some people just can't finish. Like, I'm not a striker, so when I get in front of goal, and it's not a pressure thing, it's just my ability to find the corners. So you either overcompensate and miss the post, or you don't. Oh god, that's a poor touch. You don't do enough, and you hit the keeper. And I think it's purely an ability, a technique. He is not good at shooting. He's good at heading. His movement's not great because he's offside a lot. He's just not a good goal scorer. He can head the ball. He can link play.
Just like Werner. Guy's not a good goal scorer all of a sudden.
There's a technique to shooting, and everyone ain't got it. Werner's more useful than
Morata. Yeah, because he's pace.
Yeah, I was gonna say pace, but they say you're playing against a team that ain't high.
Then he's pointless. He's still getting behind though. Somehow, I don't know.
Yeah, he had one chance against England, and then when that happened, they just dropped 5 yards when he never got in behind again.
So yeah, people like him are not gonna work. He's good at to be fair, that makes sense. He's good at where he was before, which is a team that's always sitting back.
Well, there's no
hit on the counter.
The team sitting back. Charles Early, say, just the Bundesliga is just helter skelter. It's attack, be attack, be attack. So everyone just plays with a high line. That's why people say Bundesliga tax, because you can score 20 odd goals in the Bundesliga, and you go somewhere else, it don't mean nothing because it's not going to be as open. Everyone just plays with a high line in the Bundesliga. It's crazy. That's why the young players love to go there. You can really just express yourself.
Express, yeah.
Morata! Who is that? That's not Morata. Is it Morata? Oh, it's okay. Oh god!
Morata scored.
What a guy!
Was it 1-1?
It's 1-1. It's 1-1.
Golly, let's see
I
this.
don't believe it.
Morata, about time.
Curse.
Look at that. Man went into the camera then.
What a guy. That was good play.
Yeah, but look how long it took them. They need 90 shots to get that.
I know.
Only score.
Olmo back to Morata, left foot. Keeper went down well early.
Like I said, he's had a poor game. At the same time, he's had a good game at the same time.
Yeah. Laporte into Morata, into Olmo, back to Morata, left foot finish, 1-1. 10 minutes to go.
Damn.
10 minutes to go. You know what?
We're saying England and Denmark, the only teams not to force extra time so far.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's already the case already because Italy went to...
Yeah.
Italy went to extra time against Austria.
Literally, England and Denmark, only teams that ain't forced extra time yet.
Morata scored. Oh, what a thing. What a thing. I mean, they've been the better side. They just, and they're coming forward again. They've been the better side. They're just unable. They just need 100 chances, and they'll score one because if you create enough chances, you're gonna score in the end. It's
like FM. When you're watching the highlights, everything's saved, save, and then the other team just hits one and knocks it, and they get a goal. Oh my goodness! Damn, Spain.
Corner to Spain. Head. Oh, Donnarumma. He's made an absolute meal of it, but Busquets heads wide. He has made an absolute meal of it. Where is he gone? Oh. 10 shots for Spain. 6 for Italy. 4 corners. 64% possession, over double pass attempted, and over double pass completed.
Madness.
I was saying earlier before you came, I said it's a game of numbers for them. If we keep the ball enough and we attack with enough people, somebody's gonna put in the back end there. I know as an individual, you're not good enough as an individual. But if we get forward enough, one of you at one point,
we're gonna score.
It's just a numbers game. They're playing stats out there because they ain't football. They're playing stats. Keep the ball. We can't defend, but if we keep the ball, the opposition can't score. Except for the one time they get the ball and they score.
Those are the games you have to take your chances.
Yep.
Don't even know. It's madness, you know. Any one of these teams are gonna be hard to beat in the final. Any one of them.
This is me. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like everyone's got their flaws. But whoever's in the final deserves to be there. Like ball in behind, Morata. Cuts it back. Chance. Oh, over the bar. Who's that? Gerard Moreno. I'll say, like, I was talking to my colleague as well, like saying, I want to play. She goes, I want to play Spain in the final. And I said, I get that, but Italy right now,
it could be one of their days.
But
it could be one of those days you play Spain and they slapping 5.
But I said, yeah, if Spain beat Italy, then do you really want to play Spain in the final? Unless they've scraped through on penalties and they were really hanging on, you say, well, I think we can do that better. But if Spain dominate Italy like they did today, then do you want to play in the final?
If England make it to the final, this plays exactly into their hands because Spain will have all the ball.
They would.
And England will just hit them on the break because that's what they do. And so Spain probably will be they just have to hold their nerve and take their chances because that's the only way you're going to beat because you're not gonna out possess them. Impossible.
No, impossible.
And Italy, they play similar to Spain in terms of they, pick up the ball, press.
If the chance, they'll keep the ball. Today, they haven't been able to keep the ball because they're playing Spain.
Listen, hey, you needed to show where you force them to play madness, like what he did with Pep.
Yeah,
to the point where Pep don't have no possession. That's what you gotta do.
I expected Italy to be more like the Chelsea in the sense that, yeah, Spain like to keep the ball, but we're gonna have some of it as well. They've had a bit of it, but
not enough.
Not enough. They need to be above 40%, and they're under 40% right now. So you're gonna struggle if Spain have 60% of the ball, one way or another, or you just have to be mad clinical. And I think Italy, it's not like Italy got these. It's 1-1 and 1-1. Morata came off the bench and scored. It's not like Italy's got clinical strikers themselves. They don't. So if you ain't got clinical strikers, then you need to create more chances yourself if you're gonna score. Yeah, interesting. I'm happy Morata scored though. I had a feeling. It was a bit a while ago. So I think
Morata
scores the winning goal in the final. Imagine this was like a few weeks ago when it was who was he missing all the chances against Croatia? Yeah, and he scored it at the end. I was like, imagine they get to the final and he misses all these chances, but bam, scores the winner like he did in that game. I mean, you never know.
Madness. All I'm saying is if Denmark gets through to the final and they win the whole thing, I'm not going to even look. I'm going to be done. Like, done. Not even because they beat England, but mainly because I feel like what happened to Eriksen is why they are where they are now. Because they got that extra push. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being superstitious, but I feel like that they got that extra bit of oomph to, they're doing it for something even more of a cause. And I feel like that's what's happening if they get to a final and then go on to win it. So I'll be a bit like
Alba breaks, Morata on the left. Morata. Oh god, what a terrible touch. Oh god, this guy.
They've had their one. They've had their goal go in. Ain't gonna be pretty from here out.
England fans like, give me Spain. No, someone said, give me Italy. Don't count your chickens. You're not there yet.
Oh my! What kind of touch was that?
It was terrible.
Oh,
Russia is a good footballer. He's a terrible striker. That's it. Good player, terrible striker. If there was a position that he could play where he didn't have to score goals, he'll be good at it. Italy ain't even creating nothing. I was saying anyway. I kind of want Spain to win because everyone was so certain that after Italy beat Turkey 3-0 in the first game, Italy were gonna win it. And I just thought, whoa, guys, chill. So now I just want them to win. So I can say the ball is around. Yes, anything can happen. The ball is around.
the ball is around.
I think no one backed Spain to win it at the start, so no one could even claim, I knew it, I saw it coming. No one saw it coming. Not a soul. Maybe like 5 games in, you're like, maybe the Spain team. Yeah, that's too late by then. No one saw this coming. However, England could still win it. And some people
Yet to see.
coming. Some people did see it coming. Yeah, Jorginho Ballon d'Or shouts sounding real quiet. Handball! Handball! That's a handball! He definitely handballed, I'm sure, but maybe it wasn't deliberate. Early breaking. Nothing.
Ooh! See that
I said
handball?
pens. You did say pens. Stoppage time. Not sure how long. What is it? 3 minutes. You mean like our boy for me? Yes, that position. That position. Yeah, definitely hit his hand, but can't give handball on that. I can't give handball on that. It's funny. I see people like, oh yeah, Spain surprised me. This player surprised me. And of course, it's possible to be surprised in football. But if you're surprised after every game, maybe just study football a bit more. If you're talking, I think you're on mute. I don't know. You're on mute.
Not too surprised about Spain. I'm more surprised about Italy.
How poor they've been?
This game,
how far they've come in the.
yes, because like I said, I didn't pretty much read them off from the get-go.
All through, Simon comes and clears that. This is going extra time, lads. This is going to. I didn't want extra time, man. I want their work. Get over and done with. Okay, now, mate. The thing is, though, like people say, oh yeah,
at least England gets over and done with.
Early breaking. Oh no, they got players back.
Did Donnarumma just really fall with the ball in his hand? Oh damn!
If I would say if a team got extra time today, it's not even a disadvantage because they're playing a day earlier before the final. So if a team got extra time tomorrow, they're at disadvantage because they have a day less and extra time. Excuse me.
I think that's why games like these, both of them should have been today. One early and then one late.
I hear you.
Because then at least everyone gets the same amount
of rest, yeah.
Of rest.
Trying to spread it over as much days of the competition as possible. Keep everyone locked in.
Get this over and done with.
It's done. Extra time. Extra time.
It's 1-1. Extra time. Extra time merchants.
Just, well done. Oh yeah, because with Spain. Oh my God, Spain gone to extra time in every round of the knockout rounds. 5-3
Have they?
Croatia on
You're
penalty
kidding me.
against Switzerland. 1-1, and now 1-1 today.
Literally extra time merchants. Their time must be up now, man. It must be up, man.
I mean, it's been a good game. I just had a long day at work. I was expecting this to be over.
Trust.
Well done.
It's meant to be movie night tonight. By the time this is over, everyone's going to be bucked out of sleep.
Well, what movie night? What movie? False 9, you know. Fast 9.
Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow.
Where you gonna
tomorrow,
go?
Yeah, hopefully tomorrow. But today it'll just be something on anything on the TV. I don't know. To be fair, it would be Hell's Kitchen's night because Hell's Kitchen comes out on Tuesday.
Oh.
Tuesday morning. So normally watch that.
I got free tickets to the Odeon Lux because I sorry.
What?
No. So what happened was when I went to watch Fast 9, I bought my tickets the day before. I think it was the day before or something like that. And on the day, like they got these kiosks there, so you have to kind of order it yourself, like on the machine. You don't go to a stand or anything like that anymore at the one in Holloway. So I ordered it now and came back the day of the film itself. I think I reached there about 5:30, which is the time the film starts. Get some food, go in, you know, while the thing's playing, trailers, whatever. I'm standing up in this queue. I just want to get my food. It's free kiosk for about 15 minutes because the people who's actually in front of me don't know how to work the machine. So I'm complaining to the guys that are there, like, you know, the supposed helpers who clearly aren't helping. Like, what is going on? What's going on? I'm gonna miss the film. Anyway, ordered what I wanted on the screen. So then you go up to where you used to line up to ask for the food. They're just like serving us. So you have like order numbers. So we're like,
so you pick up, you order there, then you go pick up. Okay,
you go pick up. So I pick up. Then they give me the cup to fill my own slushie. I'm like, this must be Lux. So I take the cup. I got my nachos in one hand. I got the empty cup in the other. I went to go put the cup down on the machine so I can fill it up with the thing. But the machine, that was a good game. I was a good girl. The machine, where you put the cup down, the base of it, is full of slush from like the previous people where maybe the slush overflowed or whatever. So I'm like, I can't put it down, and I had to hold it. I had to rest my nachos one side, and then my slush started overflowing a bit. Oh, it was all a mess. I had to go squeeze it down. Anyway, I get in, missed the first 3 minutes of the film. Also, maybe 2 minutes. I was like, it's ridiculous. So when it finished now, I said to the guy, when I came out, I was like, where can I make a complaint? So he's like, what's the problem? And I told him everything. He's like, I said, this is ridiculous. Like, there should at least be one place where you can go up and order from a person. Like, you know, you got McDonald's and you got all the kiosks there, but you can still line up and and ask people if you want. You should have that, or you need to have more kiosks. You can't just have 3. He's like, it's never happened like that before, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but...
Of course it's never happened like that before, because no one's ever...
Exactly. The thing is just reopened.
It's new.
Secondly, what if it was a busy day? It's not even busy. And people have to go there and do it themselves. Nah, you'll be there all day. Imagine it. No, I said, this is ridiculous. And he goes, okay. He obviously didn't want me to make a complaint in it. You know, I'll get you some free tickets so you can come back anytime. So you went away. 2 free tickets.
So has the prices gone up there now?
Yes.
Because
it's Lux in it, so it's all like leather chair.
They've done it up now. Also, in new screens, everything in there is nice now.
I can't remember the screen, to be honest. The screen looked fine, but the definitely the chairs and the floor and all that. So a lot of space and recline and all them. You know, you get like a little table thing, you know, that it comes around on the from the arm kind of thing. Proper things. I think it's about £14.
Oh yeah, the normal prices now. It's gone back to normal then. Because I know before they had to charge less because their screens and their chairs were done out.
Yeah, the chairs were done, finished.
I used to love going there, man. Cheap tickets.
So yeah, £14. I got
There's one thing you should try though. I think it's Odeon Lounge.
Lux and Dine. Oh, Lounge.
No, I think it's Lounge. I don't know if they've changed the name of it.
Well, they've got one called Lux and Dine, where is the lounge one where you order food to your seat.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, it's not that. There is
maybe they've called it Relax and Recline. I think they've changed it. Yeah, they've changed the name now. It's called Lux and Recline.
Lux and Dine.
Oh yeah, whichever the one. Yeah, but yeah. Well, when I went, it was called
Lounge.
What do you call it? It was called Lounge.
Yeah,
it was expensive. It was expensive. Yeah, it was years ago. Probably about maybe 4, maybe even 5. But it was really good. It was expensive.
Yeah.
But it was good, man. Like the food was the food was a decent portion as well.
What was it like? Pizza and chicken wings and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So there was chicken tikka masala, pizza, naan bread, burgers, proper food. And they take it order very discreetly and they bring it to your table.
Well, I'm gonna say like, it's not a case of them walking in front of the screen.
No, because they come down the sides. They have because the seats are so spaced.
Yeah,
there's little aisles they can walk down to get to. So like you might be sitting on a seat where it's just one chair.
Yeah.
So you can get to them, or if you're in a group, I think they have like 2 chairs together or 3. So then you'd always be able to get you from the left or the right, but never in front of it. It was really good when I went there. It was really good. I said I'll go again, but it'd have to be a long film and it'd have to be a special page because it was like almost like £40, £50 to get in. There was only 3 of us.
What, 40 each or 40 for free?
I think it was like £40 for 3 of us to get in, eat all together. And there was no food.
And that's excluding the food.
That's excluding the food. food and drinks bill was a whole nother thing.
Sorry, I just need to respond to this. Again, I read it first. I was like, yeah, McGrath. What do you mean again? Sorry, he's never clutched.
When was this guy ever clutch?
Because I did see him advertise this Lux and Dine, and I don't know if you can order it to your seat, but within those Lux and Dine places, they've got like a restaurant within the Odeon where you can actually not in the cinema itself, but in the not in the screen itself, but I guess on the outside. So say you were to, like in the Holloway, you go upstairs and there's like space out there. Maybe that's where they would have a dine, but Holloway is not a Lux and Dine. It's just a.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm not sure if they've taken it out. I'm gonna have to look this up after this match, because that was such a good thing, man. I really want to go to it, and I'll be upset if it's gone. Damn, the one I went to apparently is closed.
Yeah.
Golly. Yeah, I think the lounge is gone. Probably was too expensive.
Fair play, man. Fair play. I mean, when you miss a host of chances in 90 minutes, I'm not saying you're clutch when you finally score in the 100. I thought, fair play. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Yeah. Yep. It's there, but they've just, like you said, Lux and Dine. Yeah, that's what they've just renamed it to.
Can you order? Does it say, can you order?
Yeah, you can order food. Let's see. Golly. Fried chicken strips, snatch, flatbread pizza, Caesar salad. Golly. Yeah, the chicken tikka masala is gone, but and the burger.
Murata reading your tweets.
Force them to have cheese, man. And obviously, you've got the.
I just do my me nachos. I'm good. My nachos, get the cheese, the jalapenos, the what's it called, the salsa.
For me, the best cinema that has the popcorn is Cineworld, man. I've been to them all, and I just love Cineworld's popcorns.
I don't buy popcorn in cinemas. I can't do it anymore. Like, oh, sorry.
Anymore. I don't do it anymore because all the cinemas I used to go to, everyone always wanted to go to View or Odeon, which I didn't like.
And you don't like the popcorn there? I don't
like their popcorn. But their nachos at the other cinemas are better than the one at Cineworld. It's all a mix and match because the Cineworld one, I think it's cold. Roxy's like, I don't like it.
Well, it's all like cold, processed. Like it's all in packets. Everything's in a little packet, as opposed to like the cheese, how they just they're mixing it and churning it right there. And the Cineworld one comes in its own little tub. Like I don't know, like they bought a multi-pack or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's why the Cineworld one isn't the best. Nachos.
The thing with the popcorn for me, I never finish it, so it ends up not even being worth the money that it costs.
Yep, that's why I never get the large one. Medium, simple.
But then you look at the price between the medium and large, and it's like 3 pence. So you're like, oh, I might as well get the large one, and you can't even finish it. It's ridiculous.
It's true. It's so true.
But if I go cinema and I want popcorn, I usually just pop into like a Sainsbury's or something and get the toffee. I get toffee butter kiss. I love toffee.
Yep, toffee butter kiss, one of the best, man.
Some people don't like toffee popcorn.
No idea how man. It's the best one. You can't go wrong with butter kiss toffee.
If the cinemas did butter popcorn, like as opposed to it's gone low. Maraca played. Got out for a corner. That corner. It's balls. There must be a corner.
God, me and BBC One just bucked out.
Ball in. Donnarumma tips it. Comes out to Maraca. Shot deflected. Clear by Chiellini. Daniel Mo, I don't know what. I don't know if that was supposed to be a cross or giving a goal kick anyway. Italy, I'm even looking at some of their fans. The Italian fans
they're worried.
Yeah, they're worried. They're like how did we get here? Maybe they got ahead of themselves and thought, easy win.
Yeah, they thought that because they were winning it as well. Ooh! Oh, wow. I'm sure you saw this already. The ball bubbling all over the place.
Yep.
Damn, man, I just want to see a price, man. I don't want to sign up.
What's that, bro?
Trying to see how much it costs for a Lux and Lounge. Man said it's £22. No way.
Cool.
Golly. Golly. £22 to enter, you know. That's no food. Mm. Not gonna lie, I might have to do that for when I return to the cinema. Have to return in a bang. I ain't been for like a year and a bit, man. Since
That's the thing when I went. I think you should. Are you going to cinema to see F9?
yeah, I want to. I've seen
Yeah.
it in cinema since 4. I have to. Every single one I've seen in cinema since probably 4.
Yeah, same since 4. The one
Everyone's
everyone
like, "Why you
before
don't
that I
watch
saw.
that track?" I'm like, it's the brand, man. It's like you play FIFA
No,
every year. It's
I
the
lie.
same thing.
I didn't see 4 in the cinema. I saw 5 in the cinema, and I watched it like, wait, I haven't seen 4. And I went back home and watched 4 seasons again. I was like, the first scene at the start of 5 is the last scene in 4. And I was so confused, like, how did we get here? What's going on? I'm confused. And then I went back, I was like, oh, it was very confusing. It was very
I need to watch them all again, to be fair. Back in the days when it was actually about racing, too fast, too furious. When the whole thing's changed. Man, they've upgraded the street racing.
Man's bloody Avenger. Dog. It's ridiculous. But
I can't wait to see it, man.
F9 is a film that you want to watch in the cinema now. Because we've been deprived so long of cinema, it's like I think it's a film where, for me anyway, I'm like, I'm not here to analyze it. I'm here to enjoy myself.
I'm here to have a good time.
Because I ain't been out here for ages. And because the film's not great, but it's still, you can still enjoy it, this is what you want. You don't want to watch this at home by yourself where you're in your thoughts and you're like, what the hell did I just waste 2 hours of my time for? No, go out, get some nachos and popcorn and just enjoy it. It's a ridiculous film.
I've always said this to people.
Shot cleared. Oh, Italy are on the ropes right now.
On the ropes. For me, I've always said, man, like, I'm going to the cinema. It's supposed to be an escape. Why am I? It's not realistic. Well, I didn't choose to watch a documentary. So why is it supposed to be realistic? Like, that's what I'm there for. I'm there to be entertained. I'm not entertained by real life. It's a bit shit right now.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want there to be COVID in the films? Oh, lockdown for the whole film. Everyone's locked down. Oh, what a fantastic film that was! Realistic, 10 out of 10. No, you don't go for that. You go to be entertained.
Yep. And it's funny.
And that's why I would always watch Fast, man.
You watch it, and it's funny because there's parts of it where the film's actually talking to you in the sense that they're saying stuff, and you're like, I've been thinking that. You'll see it anyway. It's like that's exactly what I'm thinking. But that just makes it funny. It's like they've realized within the franchise, and they've made it clear in the film that this is just fake. But you know what? We don't care. You'll see it anyway.
Yep. And Tyrese, man, he's just the guy, man. That's another reason I watch it. Like, Tyrese is so funny, man. It's a shame that he had his bus up with The Rock, and they had to like split it off, Hobbs and Shaw, and then that's I'm not sure if you knew, but that's why they had to split it.
What? Tyrese and The Rock.
Yeah, the Tyrese and The Rock didn't get along. Some kind of bus up happened apparently.
Oh,
that's why they separated. That's why The Rock's not in the main franchise, and they got his own thing.
Things on Netflix.
Yeah,
you watch it?
It should be. Yeah, I've seen it. It's so funny, but it's madness. It's pretty much Fast and Furious.
Is it real? Is it real life people? Or is it animation?
No, real life.
Oh, okay. And what is it? Like a TV show?
Movie.
Oh,
literally Fast and Furious. It's literally Fast and Furious, but not named Fast and Furious. It's literally it. The same mad stunts, madness.
So all the guys in it other than Tyrese or something?
No, it's just The Rock. I can't remember who else was in it. Who was the villain? I think Idris was the villain in it.
Okay.
I think it was. It was basically The Rock and Jason Statham had to team up.
Oh yeah,
against the bad guy. Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw. So
wait, Did that come in the? It came in somewhere, right?
Yeah, it did.
Because it's a part. Is that part of the franchise? Okay.
No, split off. I
Oh,
think it's part. It's I think they're still in the universe, but obviously Hobbs is off on his own.
okay.
He's not with them. He's not doing anything with them
That's
guys.
not the only one that Jason Statham appears in, is it? Or is it?
No, I think he was in
Yeah, he
8.
was in one of them, like 7
Yeah.
or no, 8 maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
probably.
because he
But
did.
yeah, so-
He appeared at the end of Tokyo Drift, 100%. And ball across. Oh, Italy defend. Yeah, he appeared at the end of Tokyo Drift, and I think he was in 8 because he was like Dom's. He's Dom's brother, isn't he, or something like that?
No, and they were just. He was one of the bad guys' brother.
Huh?
One of the bad guys' brother from the previous film.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then obviously I think they had to team up in Hobbs and Shaw. It's so funny. It's straight him and The Rock was so funny.
I need to go back and watch them more, to be honest.
Yeah, that Hobbs and Shaw was funny. Obviously not the same because they're not all in it, but
yeah.
Once again, it's one of those watches just entertaining.
Yeah.
And then
that's the thing, people like when Kyle was asking me, like, how is it? Like, people said it was not good. I'm like,
what do you expect?
If I say to you it's rubbish, what are you gonna say? Oh, I'm not leaving my house to go watch it. Leave your house and go watch it. It doesn't matter. Just go watch it.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely gonna go watch it, man.
Even when I ask people, the only time I ask someone, I'll ask them how a film was. But the only time that's gonna sway my decision about whether to go and watch it is if I'm contemplating 2 films. Oh, am I either gonna watch this or that? And it's like, which one's better?
Watching both.
No, I mean, it might be like going on Saturday.
At the time, yeah.
What should I watch? I'll go watch the one that maybe either I don't have an attachment to, or people say it's better. But if the plan is like, should I go cinema? Tell me if it's good or not. Just go cinema. Doesn't matter.
It's true, because it's like, what's actually the point? Just go and watch it. See, for me personally, I never ask if it's good or not, because I have this thing where I've tested it out and it's just happened. It's like,
I think I know what you're gonna
for
say.
instance, when these films come out, I try to stay away from group chats, anything, because what happens is everyone will say it's so sick. Like, you know it's gonna be good, but when you hear someone say it's gonna be so sick, it kind of like gasses you up even
Expectation.
more.
And
then you go to watch it and you're like, it was good, but it
wasn't as sick as I thought it was gonna be, because you told me.
Yeah, because
my level of sick and your level of sick might be even different.
Yeah, because I know the movie's gonna be good. I know it's gonna be a good watch, but because you've told me that you've now gone in, I like to go in there with an empty mind. I don't want to know if it's crap. I don't want to know if it's good. I just want to go in with my excitement. Go in, watch it. That's why back in days when Superman and them things came out, and them man used to go watch it all hours before, I muted the chat. I muted everything. Didn't touch it.
What was it for?
Days. Most of the films that when you lot in the chat, I think like Superman films, Avengers, and those stuff like that. Because I couldn't go on the same day or the same night. I never used to. I'll be out of the chat until I actually went to watch it, because I don't want to know anything. I want to go in there with just my expectations.
Yeah, no, I know. I've seen F9. I didn't want to speak too much, so I was trying to decipher some other stuff about saying too much. Yeah.
No, when it comes to that, it's different, isn't it? But it's like stuff like Avengers, where it's like story based and stuff. I need nothing.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And I
don't even watch trailers.
But that's why I don't
even watch trailers.
You don't watch trailers?
Nope. I want to be absolutely.
I watch the trailers because I trust that the people who put out the official trailer ain't gonna spoil the movie for me. So
trailers are they gas it too much, man. They gas it too much. I want to go in there and know nothing.
It's gonna whet my appetite without ruining the film for me. So that's what it is for me.
No, I maybe like watch like one trailer, like maybe the first trailer that comes out, because that normally is just like really short. just to
so.
gas me a bit. Like, I can't wait to watch it. But any kind of extended trailer 3, trailer 4, I ain't watching it. Because at this point, I know these scenes are going to be in the film. I don't know what context, but I know it's going to be there. And I just want to be absolutely surprised with everything.
Well, put it like this.
And that's how I enjoy it more.
In the trailer, you didn't see Captain America pick up the mini, what's it called? The midget.
Yeah, I know. The Milner. I know. But I just want the whole thing to just be like fresh in my head. That's what I want to see. I just love it like that. That's how I enjoy the cinema more, man. When I just know absolutely nothing, because you get to enjoy the film more and you get to like figure out more kind of thing. Sometimes trailers give a lot away. Yeah. You watch the trailer, you gas it, you watch the film, trailer's better than the film.
You know what's funny?
Trailer's better than the film.
You can tell, I've been in the cinema sometime, and you can tell when the trailer has put all the best parts of the movie in the film. Literally, especially in the cinema, they will show the trailer. You're watching, you're like, that movie's going to be crap. That there is actually the whole film. There's nothing more. There can literally be nothing more to it because you show all the action scenes in that one trailer. It's impossible.
That's what I'm trying to say. I can't. That's why I try. The only time I watch is obviously in the cinema when you have to watch it, when you come in early and that. But I just like to be surprised because I've seen some trailers, gas the whole thing, looks good. Watch the film, dead.
Yeah.
Absolutely bad.
Okay. We've got 30 minutes to go. Who do you think is going to win it from here? Whether it be in extra time or penalties, who do you think is going to win it from here?
I think Italy.
Yeah, same.
The reason why I say that is because Spain, at this point, I want Spain to go through because they have played the most football.
Yeah.
Every game they've played, they've probably played. If we take all the extra times into account, they have played
extra times. They played an extra game than everyone else.
Yeah, they played one extra game. I know, yes, it means nothing, but mentally they could be bucked, man. So you might want to get that in the final, in all honesty.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I feel like Italy go through because there's only so much you can do with this.
I think Italy will go through. And I think it's like Spain have you missed your chance? You were the better side.
And the fact, good ball, good. Oh, lucky. I know you've seen this already, but the problem is Spain's penalties have probably been watched even more because they've always been going to them. So I feel like this might be it. Like, let's study Spain's penalties. This is what they're gonna do, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, what should I do?" They've probably studied it because we've been here again. Oh, we're here again. Oh, we're here again. It's literally deja vu. Oh, we're here again. It's literally that. So it's like that could all play a part to it here as well, especially when it's because this is now going to be a final you're going to play in if you score this. So Godzilla versus King Kong is proof.
I haven't actually watched that, and I'm going to be honest, I have no interest in watching it. I really don't.
I'm going to watch it.
I like King Kong. I actually never watched Godzilla, the film. No, I probably did when I was younger, but I don't even remember it. I know, but King Kong, I remember.
They made remakes of one, so now they're in the same universe. So King Kong and Godzilla in the same universe.
Shots! Oh, blocked.
Oh,
Spain. Do you remember that? Because there was King Kong, and do you remember? Was it called? I think you're offside, but it's through Italy. Chance, shoots, scores. Flag must go up. Flag does go up. They're gonna check it. They're gonna check it.
Hopefully my stream.
What is it called? Joe Young. Do you remember that one? Oh yeah, offside. Miles offside. Joe Young. No. It was a baby gorilla or something like that. Joe.
Nope, never heard of it.
What's it called? Something young.
All I know that was a little Godzilla called Godzuki.
That's not Godzilla. King Kong. Yeah,
but I don't know any.
Young.
I don't know anything about King Kong.
Kong film. What was it called? Young gorilla film. Mighty Joe Young. You don't remember that?
Don't remember.
Oh God.
No, I don't remember.
It was like I
So,
feel
yeah.
like it was like some kind of not a rip-off per se, but a twist on on the King Kong kind of vibe.
Mine's off. Yeah, no, I've never seen it.
Mighty
Never seen it.
Joe. Yeah, it goes 1998 American epic film, named about a giant mountain gorilla brought into a wildlife preserve from the young woman who raised him, a zoologist, to protect him from the threat of poachers until one seeks Joe out in order to take his revenge. Blah blah blah. In this version, the ape is much larger than in the original. Yeah. It was actually I like that film actually, but it was like, yeah, this is no King Kong kind of thing. Mighty Joe Young. What a throwback.
Yeah, and Tef, I didn't really know because I didn't really watch them back then, the old ones, the Godzillas and stuff. So obviously, I knew they were made by they were in one universe and they were made by that creator, whatever world universe they're in. But obviously, I didn't know in general that they had like cameos in each other ones until now when I read about the monster universe that Universal or whoever is that are in charge are putting together for I think it's Dracula, all of them things there, Frankenstein, Godzilla, King Kong, they're all gonna put them in one universe. That's what their plan was. Obviously, this is when Marvel did their thing, so now everyone's putting their universes together. But it just goes to show only Marvel can do it right. Only Marvel could do it right, man.
How long we got? 8 minutes.
8 minutes. What's this thing? This thing done in at what, 1:45?
I ain't eating dinner. Actually, I had a bit of some.
I ain't eating. I'm so hungry.
Tuna salad. Might have to. What am I gonna get when I finish? Hot chocolate in bed. Call it a night. Right, listen, guys, this is your chance to be a hero. Win it for your nation. 7 minutes. I think Italy's got the mental strength to win a penalty shootout. That's what I just feel. So I think Spain need to try and win this in the 120. I don't know if Spain got that mental strength in the penalty shootout. As a matter of fact, Spain have missed like their last 5 penalties. In game, not the shootout.
Mm.
And the last
So
one
funny.
Switzerland was a terrible shootout. Oh god. Depends how great when it's not my team. No, yeah, it's exciting, but I have someone that I want to win. That's the thing. If I was literally just sit back, kick back, relax, I don't really care who wins, then I have picked a side and I want Italy to win. Oh, that's a good block. I think that was Garcia because that was right through to Morales running. What can Morata do? Nothing. Spain definitely the ones trying to win it more so than extra time. Italy got like a back 5 just planted on the edge of their box. Yeah, it's all Did they take off Pedri? Because I know in the last round they took him off before the penalty shootout.
Is he meant to be the one that's up and coming?
Yeah, he's 18. Yeah, they took him off before the penalty shootout.
Oh, unlucky.
But he's still on the pitch, so he'll be taking the penalty, you think? If it gets that far. What's his name? Olmo's been good. I think he's probably been the man of the match. Pedri's been good as well. Long ball. What's that offside? I'm curious on YouTube's take about the little German girl crying and how people took it. My take is the raw emotion is tremendous highs and daunting lows, and the game of football has both with love. Listen, crying it. She's supposed to cry. The nation got knocked out, and I don't feel
Mhm.
sorry for her. People cry. I've seen younger people than her cry at football matches, and they in their country playing. Um, I think some of the stuff said were vile, but like, people calling her slut and all that. I mean, she's a little girl. Like that alone is disgusting. You're sexualizing her already. But it's the internet. Like, when I say it's the internet, it doesn't excuse it, but it's like I actually expect it because
Well,
anytime,
what do you think?
what?
No, sorry, I was agreeing with you what you were saying.
Yeah. Anytime there's an opportunity for anyone to be criticized or whatever, people look for the worst thing. If a Traore came on and missed the penalty, no doubt he's getting racist abuse in the
Mhm.
I would say in the morning, but within a minute of him missing it or a second of him missing it, you'll see the racist abuse. Doesn't mean that people shouldn't be allowed to criticize or mock. Like, say he did that that silly penalty, ran up and blazed it over. People should be able to mock it in the sense of whatever jokes, laughter, whatever. But it doesn't excuse people that go too far.
I just want to know who in their right mind said, let's raise 20K for these people.
Oh yeah, that was just ridiculous.
No, they've got like 30K or some craziness like that. For what? I hope they never find them and the money gets returned back to everyone. This is ridiculous. Of course they're going to come forward now. That's 30K for my daughter. She's set for life. This is privilege. It's privilege at its finest, man. Oh, I'm going to raise some money for this girl. For what? Oh, it's a joke, man. The things that some people were saying is like, yeah, that's a bit wild still, man. The girl's probably like 6, if that. Like, how can you say that?
But it's like if everyone's got what's it called, a GoFundMe or whatever they just given for every time people abuse them on social media, that might be people will be very rich because it happens.
I think people won't be giving anymore because they're like, wait,
I'm done. My money's.
I'm done.
Run out.
Golly. Character crime, national TV. See what happens there. Four minutes.
What is?
Well, 3 minutes.
Roll on this pitch. What is Thiago's role on this pitch?
Damn, man. Why do they have to let Morata score, man? I could have been in bed right now. It's been a long day. I got a lot of work to do tomorrow as well.
Is it?
Yeah, every day there's a lot, man. Because it's impossible to finish it all in one day because there's always more added stuff. Because there's always classes that have to be made, like Zoom sessions. So there's always bears to make. So if I leave 2 from tonight, there's 10 more coming in tomorrow. So there's 2 there. And if I leave 2 from today, there's 2 from yesterday, 2 from today, and now another 10 from tomorrow. So it's just constantly. It's impossible to get it all done in a day because when I go to bed, you got the people that are in America or, for instance, in Hong Kong who are hours ahead or behind posting their stuff too. So it's just constantly always setups. I don't know how my colleague done this. They've been looking for someone for this role for like 3 weeks now, probably 4, and I'm still here waiting. So maybe I need to find a new role too. Time to move. It's been like 2 years. I think I've been there, coming up to 3.
Guys, we're going to a penalty shootout.
It's penalties, yeah. Nice.
We're going to a penalty shootout. You got a question there?
Is it coming home, geezer? I don't know.
How's
I think I'll say if England get to the final. What are you doing, Javan? Wait, what do you mean? What am I doing? I'm confused.
This will be decided from
MN, when you say what am I doing, what do you mean? Did I do something on camera that I didn't realize? I'm confused. Let me know.
I think it got the mental
Work. I work for a company that they do financial lessons to people. So I just run the live streams and the recordings of it. Used to do that at the office, but now it's all on Zoom. So now I just tech support the Zoom. If someone's mic doesn't connect or someone's having trouble, I just help them with those with that stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's become very unpractical now in terms of I like to do practical work, like setting up cameras, filming, stuff like that. Now it's becoming very officey and not what I like. Like I'm not liking that at all. I think my manager's realizing it because she's like, if everything becomes overwhelming, let me know. I guess she doesn't want another person to leave. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. If this keeps up, I'm not. I definitely don't want to be doing this because I don't think Zoom is going away anytime soon. So these classes are gonna be needed to be set up for time to come. I said they should have taken Balotelli.
I got England, Germany right. And you said what did you say, 2-0? I don't know. What did you just say? England to win. You did say this is going to penalties. I'll tell you that though. Clutch Simon or Clutch Donnarumma? Simon does this thing where he runs across the line to put them off. I think Italy's winning. I think I got in. Listen, the penalties, isn't it? Anything can happen. We can be here all day.
Now it's a lottery, man.
Man United played really around the penalty shootout, and the first 21 players scored, and the 22nd player missed. Like, what can you do? Now they're joking. Is this not a? I don't know. This is a European Championship, and having a joke about what end to take a penalty. They're doing that again. Oh, is it first? Chiellini and Alba.
That's what they got to do. It's mind games, isn't it? To put people.
Chiellini's taking this for a joke, and Alba's trying to remain as serious as possible. Let me just see. Has Alba? Was it what did he win? Was he in? What team was he in? I'm trying to see if he would have been in the 2012 team that won this. Was he in the World Cup squad? Spain, the European Championship. Chiellini's won the World Cup. He's won every. I'm wondering why Chiellini's much more. He's just a bit more jovial, and Alba's like kind of all right. That's enough now. I need to focus. Chiellini's probably not taking a penalty. That's why. Yeah. Chiellini's not taking a penalty. You know what's mad about this though? With this VAR rule, where the VAR will check your foot on the line, and so you can't even properly.
Hold on, which game where they were complaining about that needs to be replayed because one keeper was doing some madness or something?
Replay? I don't know.
They wanted a replay because someone was off the line. Golly, Chiellini, look at him! I'm seeing it now.
All right, Locatelli stepping up against Unai.
It's mind games, man.
Simon. He's got a pretty straight run up. That would suggest he's going to go to the keeper's left. Oh, but he's kind of curved it now. Oh, saved! It's saved. Unai Simon. They're going to check the line, of course. But it's been saved. Let's see. Yep,
that's
fine.
probably why That's why they're probably going to check it, because there was a game. I think it was the France versus Netherlands. Someone was off the line for the penalty. I think it was
but
Mbappe's one.
They check all of them. They check every penalty.
They check it, but obviously you know how these fans are in it, and they must have said,
Oh.
"Oh yeah," they were showing, "Look at this, he's off the line, etc." Blah blah blah. So a lot of people. There was a petition. There's a petition saying, "Oh yeah, this game should be replayed," or some kind of craziness like that. I was like, "Oh, give it a rest."
He's stepping up for is Omo, best player today. Omo steps up. Oh, he blazed over. He's blazed it over.
Everyone's gone, bro. Everyone's gone.
Listen.
I
mean, the first penalty was terrible anyway. It barely got off. It didn't get off the ground. It was terrible. And Spain are not good at penalties. He blazed it over. I'm not surprised. Keeper went the right way, but well, that's terrible. That's terrible. All right, now there's a chance.
Now it begins.
Belotti steps up. Simon
remember Abba?
Line. That's what I do as a keeper. I move across the line and then I point which way. Oh, great penalty! Oh, that's a great penalty. That's hit with accuracy.
Do you remember Abba?
Into the net. Oh, that was terrible.
And who was the first to test it? Morata, and he missed both. I think it was both. He either scored one. I think he missed both. If I remember.
No, it's not one person who takes the both. It's the same team that takes 2 in a row.
Wasn't it? But all I know was Morata missed it. That's all I know. Morata missed this one. That's how I can always never forget Abba.
Gerard Moreno, I think this is stepping up. Is he the number 9? Moreno steps up. Oh, he stutters and scores just above Donnarumma. Went the right way.
Wait, hold on. Is my thing on a loop? What the heck is going on here? I swear I saw this already.
The keepers have to step back 1 foot to make sure they don't step over the line and then dive. That's what they have to practice now, as opposed to stepping forward. Keepers used to step forward and then dive.
So now they have to what?
Well, you have to keep at least 1 foot on or behind the line. So they step back with 1 foot and dive forward and left or forward and right with the other foot. Bonucci.
He's just making it harder to score penalties.
Bonucci. Good penalty. Sends the keeper the wrong way. 2-1 to Italy. Come on. Forza Azzurri. That's all my Italian for the day.
It's all square, man.
Thiago Alcantara steps. He should score this. But
I'm starting to think they're saying that these guys in the commentary are saying that defenders are taking penalties more, and I think the reason why is for the competitive edge, because everyone has studied. Oh, this striker's gonna go here. This striker's gonna go here. This midfielder is gonna go here.
Strikers take it regularly.
Yeah. So if we do it with the defenders and midfielders who, should be able to put away a penalty, they won't have no data on them. So let's let them take it now, which makes sense. It makes sense on a world stage. Any advantage, take it.
The thing is, actually, who was it talking? Was it Ancelotti? He was saying that in the penalty shootout that he won with was it Ancelotti? I think it was. Was it? Say goal, great penalty by Bernardeschi, top corner, keeper in the right way, but great penalty. I think it was Ancelotti talking about the penalty shootout he won with AC Milan in 2003. And he said a lot of it was defenders, but sometimes he says about mentality, and it's just like penalty. I people were saying this, penalty ain't about. Obviously, you have to have the ability to strike the ball.
About tech,
it's about everyone can hit the ball from 12 yards as a professional footballer.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Morata steps up, save! I knew you just knew he was gonna miss. You knew he was
How
gonna
do you miss a penalty? What is wrong with this Morata guy, man? This guy's done out here, man.
Without a shadow of a doubt. It's not even. It was never even in doubt. You knew the miss.
I think the first two penalties were definitely pressure, man. You do not put Morata on penalties. You don't. He's missed them before.
But who? Someone has to take them at some point.
Yeah, but not now at a crucial point.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. Did somebody else put themselves forward to say, I want to take it? Because that's what it comes down to. Jorginho, what's he going to do? Is he going to do his hop skip? Jorginho, hops. Oh, he's won it. Brilliant. It's done. Italy are in the final. Italy are in the final. Jorginho.
Morata is so finished, but how do you not even score a penalty?
What Jorginho does. Calm. Forza Azzurri.
You saying Italy mentality monsters?
I said it. Italy just got the mentality in these moments, and Spain should, especially when you dominate a whole game and you're the better side and you don't win it in 120. Now the pressure's on you. The other side are like, phew, I'm just lucky we're here. I thank God that we survived the 120. You just knew.
He loves his hop skip, doesn't he?
Yeah, that was brilliant. Man, and it was a big hop. He was a big hop and saw where to keep it. And just, it was a big hop as well.
On the big stage, innit?
Calm. And to be fair, that penalty didn't have pressure though. I mean, so obviously the penalty to win it. But even if you miss, you don't lose. It still goes on. Mm-hmm. Whereas if it was like the penalty or like, Anelka's one in the Champions League, you have to score to stay in it, then that becomes a bad penalty. I mean, it becomes a tough penalty. But yeah, calm. Thiago's penalty, calm in the corner. Bernardeschi's one, and Bernardeschi and Bellotti's penalty.
You know how much pressure must be on you, because you've got millions of people watching you on the TV, and you've got the thousands of people that are there watching you, and this is your country now you're representing. So it's not even just the millions of people on the TV; it's everyone back home. The country, the pressure of that's mad. To have a cool head through all of that. That's why Chiellini's just like, let's do that. Like he's laughing, joking about like. At these points, you have to stay relaxed, because the time you pressure up and tense up, that's when you think too much and mistakes will be made. Damn.
Listen, Jorginho ain't winning no Ballon d'Or because of a penalty, innit?
I think this is mad because
they through.
So Italy have this is it now. Italy's lost their.
No, I'm being
100%.
Oh, I don't know how it works. Technically, yes, but
because England are unbeaten too.
It's technically yes and technically no, because
but they
didn't win every game, but yes, they do win every game, because you can't be in the final without winning the semi.
No, you're right. But technically, if we look at everything, they drew. They didn't win all their games up until in normal time. Is it their first penalty shootout? I feel like they've been in two now.
No, they were in extra time against Austria.
Oh yes, extra time, yeah. So yeah, they're 100% before in normal time is gone. Right, so
I mean,
Italy in the final.
I'm trying to work out. I'm seeing some England fans saying, yeah, I want Italy in the final. Others saying they would have preferred Spain. I mean,
nah, man,
get to the final first. Beat Denmark.
It's true. It's true. If England gets into a final, it's definitely Spain you would want. You don't want
I agree.
Italy's been on it from the start to the end.
I agree.
Damn.
I tell you what, as I said, people have to put themselves forward for a penalty.
I thought the manager picked it.
No. You can't pick people on penalties because that's when they miss. Because you're forcing them to take it. You gotta say, I'm taking the penalty. I'm put myself forward. I tell you what, Morata putting himself forward for a penalty. Fair play. He's got confidence in himself. He has got confidence in himself. You see the problem with these penalties? He doesn't even look confident when he picked up the ball. The problem with these penalties, especially the ones that are saved in this, they're not hit with no conviction. They're all across the ground. It's like when
you can tell that's all they do is pass the ball in training, man. They can't even lick off a shot.
When you take a penalty and if it goes across the ground, you have to score. So you're better off putting your foot through it. Like Olmo missed the goal. I get it, bad penalty. But if it was on target, it goes in. Whereas with a soft penalty, you have to send the keeper the wrong way, or you miss it. You put your foot. Belotti and Bernadeschi put their foot through that bam corner, bam top corner.
Like Kane's ones.
Yeah.
Power. Like this is going in, no chance. Look at his face. It's like, golly.
The first penalty that Locatelli took, it was terrible.
You can see that he was going to the right. Look at him. Look at his angle. He just looked like he was going right.
Oh, well. Who do you think will win this tournament?
How do they do it?
What's that?
How do you just to do that is madness because how Jorginho takes his pens because he watches.
Yeah, he jumps, watches where the keeper kind of just hinted and go the other way. So you see, if I'm a keeper, there's two things I'm going to do. I'm either going to stand 100% still until the ball's been kicked, or I'm going to feign to go to the right. No, I'm going to feign to go to the right and go to the left. Because you know that the moment you move one side, he's going to go the other way. So you have to do a and he's really in the motion.
It's all well and good, but when you're in that moment, all of that goes out the window probably.
He's always so you just go, and that's the best bet because other than that, if you don't do that, you're not gonna score because he's watching you. So you have to make him think something different. So you have to move. You can't just go. I'm gonna go to the row. No, you go. No, you go. And hope that he gets it. It's a different. But listen, and if you called it, you said penalties from the outset. And here we have it. Italy are in the final. As far as I'm concerned, Italy are favourites, whoever they face in the final. I think everybody would agree if they face Denmark, they're favourites. Most would agree if they face England, they're favourites. But it's a final, and it's at Wembley. And you've got a chance. So whoever can join Italy there, whoever can join Italy there, you got a chance. You deserve to be there. And Italy, they faced different tests throughout this tournament. Blitzed their group, went to extra time against Austria, beat Belgium, beat Spain in a penalty shootout. They've done it all. They've literally done it all. They've blitzed teams. They've outplayed teams, strong teams. They've ground out victories and they've won a penalty shootout. They go into that final having done everything you can possibly do in a tournament. And for me, that makes them favourites. What's your thought? What are you thinking about Denmark, England tomorrow?
That's going to be a cagey game. I feel like England would just have just enough base. If I'm to base it on their performances up until now, I feel like they have enough to go and potentially get a 1-0 out of there. If they go on and do more, then you can say that they have probably just had a good tournament as much as Italy, because they haven't even conceded a goal all tournament. That's the least you'd expect with England. That's the last thing you'd expect, in all honesty. So if they do make it to a final, I think it would be 1-0, because like I said, I think it will be a very cagey game. But how good is Denmark really? I guess we'll finally know the answer to that tomorrow.
100%. I think it's going to be a tough game. I'm thinking a 1-goal victory. I think a 1-goal victory. Thank you very much for reminding me, MN. Just before we go, so quickly talk about the Barca situation.
Oh, the Barca thing.
Quickly. Thank you very much. Because I would have damn well forgot. I'll tell you that for a fact.
Because you're butt.
Yeah, man. So this tweet came out yesterday. He's not the only one who said it, but this is one of the tweets that came out yesterday. Zach Lowy. And I'll read it through as it comes. Barca cannot register any new signings, not Memphis, Aguero, Garcia, Emerson, Royal, after exceeding their La Liga salary limit, despite selling those players there. Barca need to reduce their wage bill by 200,000. I'm guessing it must be per week. Or
that's not too bad, I guess.
Yeah, it can't be for the year, because that's nothing, but it must be per week as a minimum, or unless it meant to say 200 million, I don't know. Barca have also loaned out. Trincao went to Wolves and have rescinded a contract of Matias Fernandez, who joined the club in 2020 for a fee of 7 million plus 3 million add-ons. Matthias joined Barcelona in 2020 on a contract fee to 2025, was immediately sent to Real Valladolid on loan and made just one appearance for Barcelona, replacing Pedri for the final 7 minutes of a Champions League match. He goes, here's the funny part. Matias Fernandez now intends to sue Barcelona for unjust dismissal after being released from his contract on June 29th. A player who, despite costing a total of 10 million, was never actually presented as a Barcelona player. They're doing some dodgy dealings, I tell you that. Samuel Umtiti is refusing to rescind his contract, and Barca are looking at loaning him out to save a gross cost of 20 million without any offers for 20 million. Without any offers for Philippe Coutinho, Barca are looking to find a club to pay his net salary of 40 million per season. If Barca manage to loan Coutinho to another club, they will save a gross of 28 million, but will still keep paying amortization costs to Liverpool, obviously across the cost of his contract for the amount they paid him. And that's why Trincao went on loan with an option to buy to Wolves. Barca swapped Arthur with Pjanic to balance the books. We know that happened last summer, yet they still
makes sense now.
Pending amortization costs, unwilling to rescind the deal. They could loan him out and save 60 million gross salary while having to pay 50 million in amortization. So they balanced that out. If Barca do manage to loan them Titi, Pjanic, and Coutinho, they will save 64 million in gross salary payments. However, Barca can only reinvest 25% of this in new signings and player registrations due to La Liga rules. Barca's wage bill is 110% of its total income, and in case of exceeding the limit, they can only spend 25% of this income. So they're already spending more than they're actually bringing in. These savings.
So hold on, just before we move on. So you're saying if their wage bill wasn't more than their actual income, then they could spend more than 25%. Is that what this is saying? Or is it just a limit at all? Whatever, you can only spend 25% of your income.
No, you can only spend 25% of income above 25% on wages above 25% of income. Sorry. You can only spend 25% above your income, I believe. So at the moment, they're spending 10% above their income. So when it says, and in case of exceeding the limit, which is obviously 100%, I believe, they can only spend 25% of his income. I don't know the full.
Okay.
It's a bit, yeah. These savings will not be enough to register Messi, who makes the club more money in commercial income than he earns himself. So they can't afford to sack Messi. Sorry, they can't afford to pay Messi because they ain't got the cap to do it. But they can't afford to lose Messi because he actually brings in more than they actually pay him. So if you say, oh, let's not keep Messi, then you're actually losing money because he actually brings in more than you actually pay him. But you can't.
But that's if Messi wants to stay.
I think he wants to stay. I don't know if they give him the right amount of money. And it says, Barcelona to get rid of bloated wages.
Want more, and if he wants more, then they're going to be in this whole predicament all over again because they just got rid of all these people to get these people in. So now, if you want more, I'm now going to have to get rid of even more people because the cap's got no whatever. So it's a double-edged sword.
It is. And the last one he goes, we've heard for years that Barca are going to be the next Milan when Messi leaves. Now we're potentially at that point. Like early 2010s, Milan, who brought in Montalivo, Kaká, Honda on free transfers. Barca are mainly focusing on free transfers. And then you go back to the first tweet, talk about the Memphis, the Agueros, all those are free transfers. They tried to get Wijnaldum in. Obviously, he went to PSG. Barca are...
Probably didn't offer enough money.
Yeah, probably didn't. Barca, PSG offered more. Barca are broke. And Barca are doing a fire sale. The Trincão's gone. Someone else left today. Who did he go to? Leeds. I can't remember his name now. They have to get rid of their players if they want to re-sign Messi. And I think they definitely do want to re-sign Messi. And I have no sympathy for them. Like, the fans, it's not your fault. I get that. But you could argue, I'm not saying Barca was successful. Then they sold Neymar and tried to keep that current, they tried to keep that current success by spending their way to success. So they lost Neymar and they bought Dembele and they bought Griezmann and they bought there's a few other players they bought. Coutinho. Instead of like, all right, how do we rebuild? How do we go again? They thought they could just buy their way back to success, and they ain't working. And that's why they need a Super League, and it ain't come. And now they have to suffer. And I just hope that the English sides, namely Manchester United, take advantage of this moment where the European sides are suffering. The big ones, Real Madrid and Barcelona. Of course, PSG is always going to have money, but they can't win nothing. Bayern Munich would always be there and thereabouts because of their dominance of their league. If Barca's not challenging, if Real Madrid's struggling, and Juve, then Man United, Chelsea, Man City, they need to step up and say, this is our moment to win some European trophies. Chelsea did it last year.
They got to the final, innit?
Yeah.
But it's happening. Juve out. They've been poor. They've gone back to get Allegri, and he's never delivered them anything anyway. So
no, we got to 2 finals. They didn't win there.
Yeah, but he didn't deliver it at the end of the day. And Real Madrid, they're pretty much in the same, I would say, as Barcelona. Maybe not so much, but they're still in the same boat. They can't really go out and sign who they want because of how it is now, the money. And you know what? The reason why they're in this mess is because of them. Because you have the Real Madrid going out signing the best players for all these monies. So all the prices went up. And now we're at a place where they can't afford to even do that now. Like before, you can say, okay, I'm giving you 60 mil to a team in England. Now, like Leeds, for example, could say, I want 100. Because the money's there. Like, I don't need to sell him. I want 100. I don't care if you're Real Madrid. I want 100. Real Madrid now have to be like, Like, look how long they were teasing, courting Hazard for. 4 seasons. 4 seasons.
Yep.
Like, it ain't easy no more. You can't just snap. You can't just grab the best players anymore. And now, see, that's what's happening now. So now they can't grab the best players. They're now feeling the effects of how it is in England anyway. Because in England, you got good players at all over. And if you want to sign them, you have to spend big money. Over in Spain now, and all those other places, you can sign them 10, 20 mil, but there's only so much of those players you can snap up before you want, the good players elsewhere. And they're going to be like, I want 100 mil. Like, I got 100 mil from Manchester United. I can easily get it from you too. I want 100 mil. Like, that's just how it is. So it's going to be very hard for them to sign the players that they want now, because especially if they're in the Prem, like if they want the players, they're going to have to sign them from when they're maybe at the club before, because good luck signing Prem players unless the Prem player wants to push and go.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be easy. Like back in the days, you think Levy could say 150 million for Kane? 10 years ago, if Spurs had Kane, he can know like 100 mil wouldn't be able to. He couldn't ask for that, but now you can, and that's what clubs are asking for now, and they have to get with that. And it goes to show that it's not always going to work, because Dembele and Griezmann both 100 plus, Coutinho even, and it ain't worked out for them. So they're not ready for the big spending that happens in the Prem. And even in the Prem, they don't even go crazy like that on players. They don't.
What Barca did, all those 100 million.
Those are panic.
Million. The Premier League hasn't even hit 100 million. Our highest signing is Paul Pogba, which is 92. And the one below that, Maguire, 80, 75. Whereas Barca and Real Madrid and even PSG, Mbappe's 160, 70. Neymar 200, then you got Dembele, Griezmann, Coutinho 100 plus. Yeah, and the
thing is, they've done it, but they've done it wrong, and now they can't sustain it. They can't. For me personally, I don't know if they can't undo it. They've started this, and they don't have the money within their leagues to continue it.
And then you look at even the wages, as MN says, the wages of some of these players it's absolutely ridiculous.
Never in the Prem. Who's the highest in the Prem?
Griezmann's on 800. Yeah, De Jong's on 400. Like
craziness.
Sorry,
what's the highest in the Prem?
It's not worth 800,000 a week. In what world?
Madness.
What did you think that Griezmann was gonna do for you? You really thought he was gonna come and win you a Champions League, like Griezmann? And then
nah, man, this is madness.
400,000 because what? He's at Ajax. Oh come on, man, that's just
that don't make no sense. He was at Ajax, 400k for what? Nah, they're moving mad, and they're doing it all wrong. Like, who was the highest in the Premier League? It was Rooney at one point. Was he the highest paid player in the Prem, or was it at Manchester United?
Who's that?
Rooney.
When he was here.
Yeah.
I think when he was here, he might have been the highest. I think it was about 2.
Yeah, like there's no crazy things like that here. Paul Pogba, what's that? Maybe 300k, if that.
No, it's not even 300. He's maybe 250.
Hey, listen, I don't understand. And people want to go on about the Prem. This, like, yeah, they spend money, but it's spent right.
It's
like,
spent within the means.
Yeah. And people want to say madness. Look at your own. Look at home first before you look elsewhere, man. Because now look, your 2 biggest clubs are in the mud. In the mud. Real Madrid not so much, but they are. It's just because they sold Ronaldo at the right time, and Juve had to deal with that. Juve had to deal with it. But golly, man, 800k. Why? Where are you getting that money from? Like, it's madness. Madness.
But that's it from us here. Barca in the mud, Spain in the mud, Morata in the mud, Italy through. And they will meet either England or Denmark in the final. Make sure you join us tomorrow. Watch along 7:30. England versus Denmark at Wembley, and we'll see who will make the Euro 2020 final. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you soon.